चलो मेरे साथ आज तू वहाँ जहाँ कोई भी नहीं हो मैं तू रहते बेनकाब तो मैं पंग मैनू लगदी कला तेनू वेखे हो गए साल दिल रहंदा है खफा शैतानों की अब बुरी है नजर और मैं खुदा की खबर जो रख दे खबर हूँ मैं अमर आज कला मेरे पास और हाथों से तू दे मैं लिखूं इतिहास है लंबी रातें और गहरे अल्फाज यहाँ रब के ख्वाब में आज लिखा सारे राज में आंखें हैं नम और सर पे है ताज या हम देते उन्हें प्यार पर वो घूरे हमें नाप के तो देख सारे लौंडे यहाँ आज कारोबारी और पैसे ज्यादा लिट गुंडे रखे सरकारी कहते टाइम इज फकिंग मनी मैनी देनी फूटी कौड़ी और
हेलो
दिल तो मैं कहंदा बिलो सॉरी अज मुझे बोले मत देख ज्यादा सपने जिनके आंखों में था शक वो थे मेरे अपने
हेलो
नदी में आज काफी महफूज मैं बनदा में गहराई बिलो देख डूब के चल मेरे साथ आज तू वहाँ जहाँ कोई भी नहीं हो मैं तू रहते बेनकाब देता मैं दिल और तू हो गई फना आज देखना तुझसे मैं लिखा इतिहास
साथ में थकता रहा क्या हाल है भाई सबके पब्लिक हेलो टू ईच एंड एवरी इन द चैट व्हाट्स अप व्हाट्स अप व्हाट्स अप व्हाट्स अप क्या हाल है भाई सबके हेलो यूसुफ हेलो हेलो भाई लाउड जीत चुके 2-0 ऑप्टिक से अभी है FPX वर्सेस DRX पोल बनाते हैं कौन जीतेगा पब्लिक FPX DRX मैं देखो भाई FPX सपोर्टर हूँ पर DRX जीतेगी दिल से अच्छा लगेगा ऑफकोर्स बुरा नहीं लगेगा तो लेट्स सी देखो भाई मैं एक चीज बताता हूँ आई एम नॉट गोना एंटरटेन योर स्टूपिड जोक्स अभिराज शिंदे अगर तेरे को लगता है ये फनी है तो अपनी माँ चुदा भोसड़ी के जाके और कहीं और पे कर जाके ये सब मैं देखो पहले टाइम आउट दे रहा हूँ इसके बाद तू फिर से बजा सीधा बैन दूंगा आई एम नॉट गोना एंटरटेन योर स्टूपिड नॉनसेंस हियर डू अंडरस्टैंड यू इडियट समझ आया बड़ी प्यार से देखो मैंने अभी दफा किया है तो एक और बार बच कूल बन के सीधा तेरे को बैन दे दूंगा हो रहा है मेरी बात ओके क्या हाल है भाई सबके रोम रोम पब्लिक रोम रोम गाइस रोम रोम लेट्स गो गाइस लेट्स गो भाई क्या लगता है आज कौन जीतेगा एफपीएक्स जीतेगी डीआरएक्स जीतेगी देखो मैं तो एफपीएक्स सपोर्टर हूँ तुम्हें भी पता है पर तुम्हें क्या लगता है हम वेट कर रहे हैं मैच चालू होने का मैच जैसे ही चालू होगा वी गोना वॉच तब तक के लिए हम टाइम पास कर रहे हैं तब तक के लिए हम बातें कर रहे हैं बातें करते हैं चलो अबे वो हेयर कट ऐसा नहीं है मैं नहा के आया हूँ शैम्पू की है बाल नीचे करे हुए हैं अभी सेट नहीं करे सेट करने का मन नहीं कर रहा है इसलिए से बाल रखे हुए हैं सेट करूंगा तो हो जाएंगे सेट नहीं कर रहे बाल कितनी ऑब्वियस सी बात है कि मैंने बाल सेट नहीं कर रहे मैं ऐसे नहीं रखता तुम्हें भी पता है मैं इसको ऐसे सेट करूंगा सेट हो जाएंगे इसको अभी ऐसे नीचे रखा हुआ है क्योंकि अच्छा लग रहा है मेरे को कंफर्टेबल लग रहा है इसलिए मैंने अभी सेट नहीं करे हुए तो हंस लो मेरे पे कोई दिक्कत नहीं सुमित यादव लेट्स गो मैन आ, मेरे को समझ नहीं आया इस बार सांगवान ने क्यों वीडियो डाली फनी भी नहीं था यार वो इतना पता नहीं क्यों डाली उसने उसको क्या फनी लगा उसमें आई डोंट नो क्या उसको फनी लगा हाँ अभी मैं ट्विटर चेकआउट कर रहा हूँ आई कांट मेक योर चीक्स रेड बट आई कैन डू दिस लोगी ने थोड़ा चूतिया ले। भाई वैसे मैं भी लूजिंग स्ट्रीक पे चल रहा हूँ, नेक्स्ट लेवल वाली देखनी है तो मेरे किसी का लूजिंग स्ट्रीक मेरी। अबे यस मैन, अबे यस यस। देखना तुम मेरा लूजिंग स्ट्रीक, देखना है हैरान हो जाओगे तुम देख के मेरा लूजिंग स्ट्रीक। इनसेन लूजिंग स्ट्रीक चल रहा है, ये देखो ठीक है। 3 2 1 नशा। लूजिंग स्ट्रीक देखो मेरी एक बार। देखो देखो अभी आएगी, शॉक हो जाओगे तुम लोग। ये लूजिंग स्ट्रीक चल रही है तुम्हारे भाई की। बहुत दर्द हो रहा है मुझे भी, बहुत दर्द, वेरी पेनफुल मैन, वेरी पेनफुल। कल मैं 13-0 हारा हूँ सुबह। मैं सुबह 6:30 बजे खेल रहा था, ग्राइंड कर रहा था ऑफ स्ट्रीम, मैं क्योंकि ऑफ स्ट्रीम भी ग्राइंड करता हूँ। तो मैं ऑफ स्ट्रीम खेल रहा था। ये मैच मैं जीत रहा था अच्छा खासा है, ये मैच मैं हार गया। 1 2 3 4, मतलब ये मैच हम अच्छा खासा इजीली जीत जाते, ये मैच भी ठुक गए। और ये मैं 13-0 हारा हूँ, 13-0। ये देख रहे हो लूजिंग स्ट्रीक, ये लूजिंग स्ट्रीक देखो मेरी बस, लूजिंग 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 लूजिंग। ये लूजिंग स्ट्रीक देखो। ये वाला मैच भी हम जीत रहे थे, ये वाला मैच भी मैं हार गया। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 7-5 का स्विच। 8 9 10, 10-5 के बाद ये देखो मैं गेम हार गया। देख रहे हो नशा, देख रहे हो? मतलब इंसान क्या करे, क्या क्या करूं मैं, मतलब मैं मेरे हाथ में क्या है, मैं कभी सोचता हूँ मैं, मतलब मैं क्या करूं इसका। ये इतना इलो हारा हूं ना मैं। fuck man, दर्द हो गया लाइफ में, विद लॉट ऑफ पेन। नो माइंड, ये सब तो होता रहता है। कब चालू हो रहा है भाई, कुछ कोई मुझे बता सकता है? FPX वर्सेस DRX कब चालू हो रहे हैं, एनीवन, एनी आइडिया? आएगा रे ग्रीन कारपेट भी, जय माता दी। भाई ये लड़की कितनी क्यूट है यार, ये देखो।
DRX and Masters Copenhagen champs.
ये
Fun
भी कितनी
plus
क्यूट है।
Phoenix is up next. We
आए
just saw
बेंkai,
Optic and
ड्रिप
Loud,
द ड्रिप
obviously
मैन,
Loud, absolute
ड्रिप ड्रिप
decimation. I'm
फकिंग
Chrissy
ड्रिप।
Costanza, and
सेक्सी लग
joining
रही
me
है
on the
भाई,
desk,
बहुत
it's
सेक्सी लग रही
mainly
है ये।
𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐤𝐡𝐞 and of course
दिस इज
Paperals'
जैकेट सम, हाँ
Benkai.
जैकेट ही
Welcome back
Hi
to the
everyone.
desk, Benkai. It's my
Thanks.
first time on the desk with you. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's my third time on the desk with DRX. So
With DRX.
yeah.
Yeah, hopefully this time it works out. And,
Mhm.
you know, we've proved to be some good luck charms. So.
Yeah.
We've actually gotten like 2/4 of the fan club over here. Next time we'll get the owner of DRX Can up on the. We're just gonna keep building if DRX keep winning.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Just 2/4.
Two
Yeah.
fourths.
There's a lot more
आप भी
than
तो
that.
क्यूटी हो
Actually,
भाई, हम भी
I
है,
discredit the
नो
DRX
डाउट
fan
बट।
club.
Fan club is
Well,
heckin'
we'll
huge.
see. We'll see. This is gonna be a very fun rematch on day 9. DRX sent FPX to the lower
लेट्स गो
bracket.
पैंचो
Now they
DRX,
meet
लेट्स गो।
again in
DRX
the
कह रहा,
this
सॉरी,
time
लेट्स गो
it is
FPX, लेट्स गो।
elimination time.
मतलब मेरे को बुरा ही लगेगा, देखो मैं दोनों का
That's the
सपोर्टर
way
हूँ
it
बट
needs to
मैं
be
FPX से
because
ज्यादा हूँ,
FPX right now
क्योंकि
in
मैंने
this
तुम्हें
tournament
बताया है,
season,
मैं
they are
सुगेत्सु,
utterly
शाओ,
incredible. But this is the
आर्डियस
first
भाई,
time now that they are meeting against DRX. They
एंजल
haven't screwed
भाई,
this up the last time that they faced
पांचवा
off.
कौन था रे,
These
मैं
guys
भूल
just
कैसे,
seem to be fated
जिपैन।
to meet, much like Optic and Loud.
Yeah,
मेरे
it
मेरे
is the second
दिल से बहुत
rematch. We
क्लोज है
saw
ये लौंडे।
DRX win the first time, FPX win the
पर
second
अगर
in
DRX भी
Copenhagen.
जीतेगी
Little
तब
bit
भी
the
मुझे
same
बुरा नहीं
story here as
लगेगा,
it was DRX to take the first matchup at
बट
Champions.
मैं
It is really
FPX सपोर्टर
incredible
हूँ,
that
मैं आज
DRX,
FPX को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ। तुम लोग
going
किसको
for
कर रहे हो
this,
चैट
are
में?
still here.
तुम लोग किसको कर रहे हो
They have
चैट में?
broken their fifth
आ
sixth
गए
place
लौंडे, आ
place.
गए लौंडे, आ गए।
FPX, on the other hand,
ये
they're
लोग
trying
बैंक
to
से
become the
स्पॉन्सर्ड है, तुम
first
समझ
ever
रहे हो? अंधा
back-to-back
पैसा बैंक
winners here.
शिनहान
They're
बैंक।
competing with Optic for, first team for 2 international titles this year, but they're the most recent winners, so for them, this would be back-to-back titles.
Yeah. It'd be absolutely massive if they could pull it off.
जिपैन
But
भाई,
once again, they would
आपका
have to
चलना
do it
बहुत
while
जरूरी है।
running through the lower
सुगेतु भाई,
bracket. It
आपका
would
भी चलना
really
बहुत
help them
जरूरी है।
just being
आर्टिस
the
भाई,
best
आपका भी
team
चलना बहुत
in the
जरूरी है।
world if they can
शाओ
get
भाई
that
तो है ही।
back-to-back titles. Honestly,
एंजल
if
भाई
they
अगर
can
आप भी
get
चल
to the
गए,
finals of the lower bracket yet again, I think it's still so damn impressive. But FPX, they
ओहो
are
मेरे लौंडे आ
completely
गए,
different.
क्या हाल है
This
भाई?
is a team that is really hard to
बू बू।
knock off their form. Every single time we see them, they are typically very fired up.
आर्टिस
But
भाई
on the
खा
other
पी
side,
के
it's
आए
a
हैं ना
DRX
आज?
who has been looking absurd, and now at this point, Benkai, they are the flag carrier for the for the Asian region. They're the last team standing from that entire part of the world.
Yeah. All of my hopes and dreams lie on their shoulders right now. It's all on them to do what I could not in Copenhagen, and they have all of my support. But I just want to talk about the win conditions for DRX right now,
Sure.
because what I think is, from what I saw last game, they have to let Buzz off the leash, because I feel like he's very restrained right now with the way that they structure their team play and everything. And I just feel like he needs to be less afraid to make mistakes and just take those risks a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, talking about, win conditions and the styles of the two different teams, DRX is a very academic team. They like a lot of prep. They like to really analyze and study their opponents and kind of get into the head of who they're going to be up against.
ट्रिप्स देख रहे हो?
Yeah, I mean this team just has
वो ट्रिप्स देख रहे हो? 2 ट्रिप्स क्यों डाले हैं? पर तुम ये देख रहे हो कि सामने वाला जेस्ट कितना स्मार्ट है कि वो ड्रोन को ऊपर तक लेके गया और ट्रिप तोड़ा उसने तब भी वो इवन तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता वो ट्रिप से बट स्टिल उसने वो ट्रिप तोड़ा ऊपर तक पूरा ड्रोन लेके जाएगा जेट के लिए ट्रिप डाल रखा था
and especially since FPX is definitely going to have studied DRX and they're going to realize that DRX is a super heavy prep team and how they can counter that is just to recognize like the kind of timings that DRX have and their entryways and just like
ब्लैक होली पे जूम करो कितनी क्यूट है appreciate her beauty don't be a creep
has a lot of different
for God's
sake. It makes them incredibly hard to prep against if you're a team like DRX because they have multiple comps on pretty much every map. If you look at all the maps they've played thus far, they have at least 4 maps where they have shown multiple different iterations, multiple different compositions thus far at this event. And for teams that are going into them or playing into them, particularly if it's a rematch for the second time, you don't know which FPX to expect. And I wanted to ask you about that, Ben-Kai, because this is an IGL. When you're prepping against...
राइट वालों की एक चीज बोलूंगा ये लोग जो अपने टैलेंट्स को कपड़े पहनाते हैं ना बिल्कुल हट के बिल्कुल अलग ही स्ट्रीट वेयर टाइप इट्स डैम गुड मैन इतनी ऐसे कैजुअल वाइब आती है ना ऐसा वो फॉर्मल ऐसा प्रोफेशनल वाली नहीं ऐसा बिल्कुल कैजुअल प्रोफेशनल टाइप वाली वाइब आती है
and it's going to be a huge challenge for DRX because they rely so heavily on their anti-stratting.
Yeah, need to be able to make those mid-round adjustments and whatnot, try to adjust to how FPX is playing, and that is something that DRX have struggled with in the past, so I'm curious to see if maybe that has been the focal point rather than trying to study FPX, trying to figure out how they can make those adaptations on the fly.
Right, is there an advantage in Ben-Kai when you're kind of thinking about how you're going to play against an opponent? How much do you spend how much of your time do you spend counter strategizing and how much of your time do you spend just doing what you think is going to have your team be set up for success the most? Because I think that's something that FPX have done a lot of, is that they know what they're good at, and that's why it's hard to counter them, is because they can do so many different things.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very delicate balance between the two, because on one hand, a team could play a lot better when they know what the other teams have in store for them, like in terms of anti-stratting, and on the other hand, like take my team for example, we thrive on just being able to do what we do best and what we think will work. And I think FPX is the kind of team that will just follow whatever they think is right, and they'll just like steamroll the opponent. So I'm kind of excited to see what DRX is doing in terms of prep.
Right. Well, for more on this matchup, let's hear from a man that knows these two teams inside and out. It's FPX's coach, Doombros.
I felt amazing.
आर्टिस्ट भाई गोभी भाई जैसे दिख रहे पीछे से
a bit tiring, but we got to win 2 times in the same day, so I'm happy. I think the map Vita was a bit different. We banned Breeze, we brought in some new comps on Pearl, we had a little bit more preparation, so that always helps.
तुम्हें लगता है FPX वाले पता नहीं क्यों फीलिंग आ रही है FPX वाले आज अपना को ड्राफ्ट चेंज कर सकते हैं लगता तो मैं करेंगे पता नहीं ऐसा देखो करना तो नहीं चाहिए टू बी ऑनेस्ट इतने लोअर ब्रैकेट में जाके बिल्कुल नहीं करना चाहिए लोअर ब्रैकेट राउंड 3 में बट पता नहीं ऐसी फीलिंग आ रही है कि कुछ तो ऐसा सरप्राइज एलिमेंट लाएंगे पता नहीं क्यों मेरे को ऐसी फीलिंग से आ रही है पता नहीं लाएंगे पर लाना तो नहीं चाहिए मतलब इट्स लाइक ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं लाना चाहिए ला सकते हैं ऑफ कोर्स इट्स ऑल अबाउट सरप्राइजिंग योर ओपोनेंट्स कीपिंग देम confused, but बहुत बड़ा गैम्बल हो जाता है अगर वर्क किया तो बहुत ही ज्यादा अच्छा वर्क करेगा नहीं किया तो फिर पूरा जीजी वेल प्लेड हो जाता है It's a big risk. बड़ा ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे पता नहीं लाएंगे पता नहीं ऐसे ऐसे अंदर से ऐसे इंक्लिंग आ रही है लाएंगे
who we're going to be seeing tomorrow in the lower final. So with that being said, let's get down to the stage to get into map selection.
अभिलाष शिंदे चलो अक्ल आई आपने थोड़ी सी ये शर्ट परसों पहनी थी भाई धोने गई है। 15-20 टी शर्टें पड़ी है मेरे पास बाहर घर पे पहनने के लिए, कैजुअल टी शर्ट्स में। अब सबसे पहली मुझे जो दिखी मैंने उठा ली, प्रेस होके आती है एवरीडे, धुल के प्रेस होके आती है टी शर्ट्स। अब ऐसे 15-20 टी शर्ट का ऐसे भंडार है, उसमें से मेरे को जो पहली दिखी मैंने वो उठा ली पहनने के लिए। मैं ये थोड़ा ना सोचूंगा कि मैंने परसों कौन सी पहनी थी, 4 दिन पहले कौन सी पहनी थी, कल कौन सी पहनी थी। भाई जो दिखे पहन ली मैंने। गन मास्टर, थैंक यू मेरे भाई। मेरा हेयर कट ये नहीं है, मैंने सेट नहीं करे बाल, क्योंकि मैं नहा के आया हूँ शैम्पू करके और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है बाल नीचे करके। ऑयलिंग करी है घर पे आके और फिर नहाया हूँ। फील सो गुड। क्या फ्रेग्रेंस आ रही है मेरे से। टीएस आ जाओ। नहीं नहीं, मैं शांति में बैठा हूँ मिली। I want to sit alone and chill. Your pain. भाई मैं स्टॉक नहीं करता लोगों को, देख के अच्छी लगी कॉम्प्लीमेंट कर दिया बस, उसके आगे नहीं। मैं जाके इतना मेरे में वो नहीं है कि मैं जाके इंस्टाग्राम पे सर्च करूँ, फॉलो करूँ, स्टॉक करूँ, मैं उनमें से नहीं हूँ। जशन मदार, आप डेफिनेटली करते हो, आप क्यों नहीं करते? जाने से पहले मिलोगे आप? ये उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है।
definitely think they're gonna go on the offensive right now.
Do you
because
do you use
from
body
what
wash or
I'm
soap?
seeing
I
right
use
now,
body
they
wash.
picked attacker on Icebox, so I'm pretty sure they really have a lot
मैंने
of
कभी
pressure
रिसेंटली
on
मंगवाया
them.
है,
They're just gonna try and keep them for a few rounds and
कौन
just
सा
build
मंगाया
that
है?
momentum. But I'm not too
डट्स
sure
एंड
if
बेरीज का
Valorant
मैंने
will definitely
मैसेडोनिया,
take the chance they
मैकेडोनिया या
can.
मैसेडोनिया क्या बोलते हैं उसको,
DRX have really been trying to stay
एंड
away from
वेनिला
Pearl, and that's what they do ban.
वाला
Comes up as that
मंगवाया
decisive. I
मैंने
mean, either
बॉडी
Pearl
वॉश।
or
भाई
Fracture would have
इंसेन
been
है,
a solid map for the
मॉइस्चराइजिंग
side of FPX if we do
बॉडी
go
वॉश
the
है वो,
distance.
Have we
बॉडी
seen
को
Pearl from
ड्राई
any
भी
of
नहीं
their
करता।
teams during
और
this
जो भाई
so far?
जो फ्रेग्रेंस है ना वो हो, बस एक ही बीटी है कि 1 घंटे तक रहती है फ्रेग्रेंस, 1 घंटे के बाद चली जाती है यार। मैकेडोनिया, हाँ तो मतलब मैंने सही बोला था पहले, मैकेडोनिया, मैकेडोनिया एंड वेनिला।
And I think that's wise, even though FPX have lost twice in the past. I think they're still a team that has a
भाई
really
कल आप
strong
घर आ
set
जाओ,
and
आपको
has been
एटीएम
dedicated to
से नहीं,
improving that
देखो
map. They've now
आपको ही
shown two
पता है क्रूजर
compositions
भाई,
there. What I do think is interesting
रोम
is
रोम
the
होगा
red
तो
was
बाहर
solidified,
होगा,
but
घर
it
पे
is
नहीं।
flipped back and forth. Last time Maven
आईफोन
banned,
14
this
देखा
time the
ब्रो?
breeze, so the
नहीं
Haven
ब्रो।
comes through, and that is something
अच्छा
new for
मैसेडोनिया,
FPX.
अच्छा मैसेडोनिया,
Well, with the map
मैके
being
नहीं है,
swapped in, we're
मैसेडोनिया
going
है,
to take
ओके
a quick
मैसेडोनिया,
break, but DRX
मैसेडोनिया
and
एंड वेनिला
FPX,
फ्लेवर।
trying to say
थैंक
that
यू फॉर
3 times
करेक्टिंग मी।
fast, will be taking
देखो
the
ऐसे मैं
stage
पहले ही
in
बोल
just
देता
a
हूँ कि
few
मुझे
minutes
नहीं
to
पता,
kick
मैं
off
हग
the
रहा हूँ तो बता देना,
rematch. Don't go
कि फिर
anywhere.
तुम मजे ना लो। मैसेडोनिया, अब सही बोल रहा हूँ ना? मैसेडोनिया, अब तो सही बोल रहा है, अभी भी गलत बोल रहा हूँ? मैसेडोनिया राइट, जब भी गलत बोल रहा हूँ मैं? साहिब फिर कब डलवा रहे हैं मुझे आईफोन? लिखा अपने अकाउंट का स्क्रीनशॉट भेजूंगा, उसमें अगर आईफोन आता तो जाके ले आइयो, ठीक है? बहुत सड़ी को उसमें जियो का फोन भी नहीं आएगा।
Red Bull gives you wings.
राधे 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 राधे।
Red Bull gives you wings.
ये सब ठीक है, मीटअप कब करोगे? मीटअप कब करोगे? नास भाई ने कॉपी पेस्ट करके लिखा जो मैं यूज करता हूँ। 1 सेकंड के लिए मेरी फट गई थी वहां पे जब लिखा था फॉर वुमेन भाई, क्योंकि मैंने जब लिया था वहां पे मेन भी लिखा था, वो यूनिसेक्स बॉडी वॉश है। मैं वही कहूँ, मैं वुमेन बॉडी वॉश यूज कर रहा था टाइम से, मैंने वो मैंने देखा रहता, मेरी गांड फट गई थी सिंगल। इतना ब्रोक कैसे भाई? जिंदगी भी चल रही है, थोड़ी बीटी चल रही है। जय माता दी निशान। ओके सर ब्रो, आप बिंदा। ये कॉपीराइट वाले गाने बजाते हैं गाइज? हाँ यार, मेरे को लग रहा है अपने को ना ट्विच पे वॉच पार्टी करनी चाहिए, बट ट्विच पे कर नहीं सकता क्योंकि मैंने जब वॉच पार्टी के लिए राइट्स के लिए दिया था, अपना यूट्यूब चैनल दिया था। वुमेन मेन सब सेम प्रोडक्ट होते हैं, बस मार्केटिंग प्रैक्टिस है। ओह ऐसा भी सीन है क्या? ओके मेजी, ओके ओके, ऐसा भी सीन है तो ओके, ये भी ठीक है। ओके ओके, रियलिक नहीं, मुझे नहीं करना, मेरे को शांति से बैठ के करना है। आजकल मेरे को थोड़ा अकेलापन ज्यादा पसंद आ रहा है। आई लाइक टू बी लोनली। बस कहने, ठीक है भाई किल शॉट, आपको ज्यादा पता है मेरे बारे में। डॉक्टर इमोर्टल भाई गाने का नाम है RVD। मैं 20,000 रुपये बता चुका हूँ, थक गया हूँ बता बता के। RVD इतिहास। और दूसरे गाने का नाम है RVD रिहा, RIHA। सुगेत्सु RB। Ades, let's go। बहुत क्लास प्लेयर्स हैं ये सारे, सारे क्लास प्लेयर्स हैं। एंजल मेरा भाई। मार्को बहुत हरामी प्लेयर है, मार्को बहुत मारता है हरामी, गंदे गंदे लग करके आता है। I mean, अच्छे लग ऐसे बोल रहा हूँ। चाओ बहुत अच्छा सपोर्ट प्लेयर है भाई ये। सेम गोस फॉर हिम। एक नंबर क्लच माइस्टर क्लचर। ज़ाइपेन जॉर्ड भाई, मेरे को ज़ाइपेन इतना क्लास लगता है ना। व्हेन इट मैटर्स द मोस्ट दिस गाय शाइन्स। ज़ाइपेन ज़ाइपेन मैं ज़ाइपेन बोलता रहता हूँ। ज़ाइपेन इंसेन ब्रो, इंसेन। ये बंदा जो एंट्रीज मारता है ना भाई, तुमने अगर नोटिस करा होगा ज़ाइपेन एसेंट के अंदर ये लोग ए शॉट और एमएन स्प्लिट कर रहे थे। ए शॉट पे बहुत अच्छी यूटिल डाली थी। DRX वाले ही मैच चल रहा था, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग। ए शॉट वाले रुके हुए हैं, अब उसको पता है वो एमएन पे अकेला है, वो बाहर निकलेगा तो पूरा पूरा स्प्लिट खत्म हो जाएगा। उसने वेट करा परफेक्ट टाइम पे निकला। जेन वाला भी मारा, हेवन वाला भी मारा भाई। इंसेन एंट्रीज देता है वो, एंट्रीज इंसेन।
And Asia matchup here of the two giants, and we're seeing a lot of excitement out of the crowd and the players right now.
Yeah,
ज़ाइपेन
both
का
teams have so many fans
KO
in attendance for them. DRX,
बहुत क्लास है। वो
a lot of people coming all the way
KO
out
की
from
तरह नहीं
Korea
खेलता वो,
to
बिल्कुल
cheer them on. Some members of the org, just some fans of the team, and some people here from Turkey
उसको
that
पता
have
है कि
gone
कब
over to
KO
that side.
सपोर्टिंग KO
The
खेलना है,
stadium
कब
is
अटैकिंग
divided
KO खेलना
between
है,
these two
उसको
squads,
अच्छी
but
तरह
only
पता है।
one can
सूडो
continue
ड्यूलिस्ट
after
टाइप।
this.
It's going to be hard to tell who's chanting for who because
ज़ाइपेन, हाँ ज़ाइपेन ही बोलते हैं ना, मतलब ज़ाइपेन बोलने में मजा आता है। ज़ाइपेन ज़ाइपेन ज़ाइपेन।
I'm not really sure which way that's going. Either way, lots of cheers for the play-out walkouts. It's really exciting atmosphere in here right now, isn't it, Benkai? As a player, does it get you really hyped when the crowd is really energetic, or does it make you more nervous?
It's really
Really,
surreal
मुझे नहीं
to hear
पता।
the crowd cheering for you for the first time. Like I was the first team to play in front of a crowd, so I kind of miss it. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it's just so nice to just watch the crowd cheer for these other teams as well.
For FPX though, they've been here so many different times, right? This
Did you
is
watch
the most
EMA?
experienced team pretty much in front of crowds, and they love
You're talking
it.
about
You can see
CS?
artists
No,
just
man.
having
I've
fun
stopped
with it,
watching it.
enjoying his time
Score
in
prediction
front
दे
of
दो।
the fans. For
It's going to be
DRX, they've
2-1.
gotten a little bit less
I believe
experience in
FPX
these
because I'm
stage games. It's only year
supporting
champions,
FPX.
but they've gotten an opportunity at
Do
that
the nerves get to
international
you
crowd
such at
outside of their home region
of course
in
भाई,
Korea.
किसी को भी
And for
होती
them,
है,
the
बट
pressure
जिनको
is
आदत है खेलने
moving
की
on.
उनको
They've
नहीं
already
होती।
broken that curse. Now they need to see
हाँ,
if
पर
they
अगर
can
कोई भी एक नया प्लेयर होगा, नया प्लेयर एज कोई भी होगा जिसको 2 साल 3 साल का भी एक्सपीरियंस होगा, नर्व्स आती ही आती है। इट्स वेरी, मतलब समझ रहे हो, नॉर्मल चीज आती ही आती है। आती है भाई, नर्व्स तो आती है।
Perhaps some changes
Yeah.
given how things went last
Beautiful
time
stage,
on
yeah.
Icebox
Beautiful.
for them. I misspoke earlier. It was versus Fnatic with that 17-13 loss that DRX did suffer. And yeah, we actually are going to be seeing quite a few changes. Buzz is going back over to the chamber. This is something that
Really?
we've only
Okay,
been seeing
okay,
from
nice,
him
nice.
on Fracture thus far.
Yeah, they do go back to a fairly standard comp on this map where they have that no duelist. I think the Fade is the biggest adaptation that some teams have shown a willingness to play. I think that, well, I like the idea behind the Killjoy comp. Their implementation didn't really work, and it didn't feel like it played to their style super well. So I'm happy to see this change. On the other side, though, to talk about FPX, this team has shown two different comps thus far. An ituration with the Raze, an iteration with the KO. Both have their strengths, but it seems like they're again landing on this Raze comp. It really enables Zipan to step up as an individual.
Ben, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, and I think not having just having the solo Fade on FPX right now is gonna make DRX
भाई मेरी चैट में कोई थंबनेल मेकर है, एक बढ़िया सा थंबनेल बना के दे दो, वॉच पार्टी वाला। DRX FPX वॉच पार्टी विद साई। मेरी शक्ल डाल के भाई आती है किसी को थंबनेल बनानी अच्छी सी जल्दी बना के भेज दो डिस्कॉर्ड पे
Yeah, and as long as Buzz can stay up, if he can find value on
Ice
this chamber when they get over to that defensive side, can shut down Zipan on that dive, it could be massive. But they start on the attack, so it's going to come down to what can they do on these lurks, what can they do on these slower rounds to be able to find space and deny an FPX, who is a comp that is very heavy in shutting down those plants, in
Thank you,
letting
Shine.
and punishing you with traps on the race.
So how do you think DRX counters FPX here? What are their chances? How are we looking?
I think you say Buzz.
मैं भी छाती पे लिख देता हूँ
Buzz
FPX
has
पे
incredibly strong game.
भाविन भी वही है पता है भाई पता है मुझे भी भाविन वही है भाई
In their series versus Fnatic, if he can have a normal stacks performance and everyone else is operating on a similar level as we saw versus Fnatic, I think that this could be taken by DRX. But
हेलो
FPX,
पास्ता
they are the rematch
हेयर स्टाइल तो
masters.
बिल्कुल
The 78% chance
अच्छा
they're
है
going to be able to take this one statistically. They haven't lost a rematch yet.
All right, well, let's find out which team moves one step closer to that crown and send it over to our casters. Here's Doug and Bala.
Thank you so much, Chrissy. The crowd is electric. The vibes in here immaculate. I mean, you can feel the tension building behind us.
भाई this t-shirt looks so cool. I want this t-shirt भाई कितनी cool लग रही है ये.
Multiple times and we haven't even gotten started.
I mean, the rematch history between these two teams.
Even the jacket is looking so good भाई. क्या sexy jacket लग रही है.
These two teams have danced before.
Yeah, Copenhagen DRX gave FPX problems getting out of groups.
डिले कितना लगाया नहीं मैंने डिले कुछ नहीं डाल रखा डिले थोड़ा डालने की जरूरत है ड्रॉप्स इनेबल करो इतने बड़े नहीं हुए भाई अभी हम
Once again, turn our attention to Icebox, the opener in this best of 3, elimination on the mind, and potentially a dance with Optic tomorrow.
Lower bracket finals. One more step, one more chance for both of these teams.
ठोको guys like ठोको subscribe ठोको पट
Opportunity for a podium finish for both of them. FPX.
Viper 𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐻
their first
Fade
I mean, they've already defied expectations. They've already laughed in the face of
double initiator
for so long that plagued them the entire year.
versus
For them to get further is just icing on the cake.
oh अच्छा no
Their
duelist
eyes are set on far much more than that. You see a DRX starting off on attack. They're going to wake their way over to A, and it's really just...
Yeah, they're playing retake FPX.
retake full
And look,
retake
all
FPX
five members are already rotating through. They want to use the utility
interesting
chip
कुछ
on
तो
that.
बना के आए होंगे ये retake करने के लिए
Bunch of other stuff too. To get back in this fast and narrow.
पता था कुछ तो बना के आए हैं season net combo
He just exploded.
proper बना के आए हैं
This wall is going to fall, but they're not fast enough actually with the pistols.
read them like an open book
Time's a charm, or so they say. The spike eventually does get planted.
they have done their homework
See FPX approaching, or at least attempting to approach and think through this.
nice retake भाई
Pesky player who's playing
पहला kill तो बहुत अच्छा था
further up.
let's see who wins the duels now
Swings as the wall goes
nice
down and
oh nice smoke
But you're right, lineups are gonna
very
be
nice
all
smoke
the
भाई
way to half.
ओके वाइपर का उन्होंने स्मोक इधर डाल रखा है
And boy, did he get one. But can
कि
Marco-
पाइप्स वाले सिर्फ फाइट ले पाए नीचे जेल और नीचे वाले एंगल से कोई फाइट न ले पाए और काउंटर वॉल डाल दी नाइस रीटेक भाई FPX
Only one molly there for Mako, and all the players that he was leaving to fight went down immediately too.
वाओ
DRX started that series as well.
वेयर इज द लास्ट टाइम यू प्लेड टूर्नामेंट ऑन LAN भाई मैंने लास्ट टूर्नामेंट LAN पे खेला था 2020 फेब
And FPX
उससे
starting
पहले
off
खेला था मलेशिया
with
में
the same type of fire. That season
जनवरी
they
मलेशिया
got the win.
2000
It's not
हाँ
usually something you're seeing
जनवरी में
DRX
जब
pull
इंडिया
out
रिप्रेजेंट करते
fireball.
मलेशिया में खेला था फेब मार्च
They're usually the
मार्च
ones who are bringing in
फेब या तो
the
मार्च में
heat.
दिल्ली में खेला था 2020
And
में
the
LAN
first challenge here.
हम जीते थे CS:GO का लास्ट LAN इवेंट हम जीते थे
Anti-eco of FPX.
हम ही जीते थे मतलब
I know
बहुत
DRX
अच्छा
is
कम
set up
बहुत
today
अच्छा
with
retake था
a
bro
brutal setup down B long. You've got artists with a
Very
Vandal
nice retake.
and with the Guardian.
Immediately getting the heal off too, so he gets happy to face check there with no risk. And the wall funnels them too. They're playing this anti-eco very well so far. You even have Angel now rotating over. Ready potentially.
बढ़ा दो दी स्ट्रीम के साउंड और कितनी चाहिए लाइनअप क्या था उस टीम का एक्सकाली
In the corner. You see
Amaterasu,
Asians out of sacks. Remember, he was the one who just got
राइट टू
destroyed
एस पोकी
by the Season 8 combo previously.
मैं
Still holding the spike in the same spot he was in before. A couple of spams through the Viper wall, nothing doing quite yet. Mako
Hit wall here. They could be really up
Yeah.
close though.
It's a really late wall. 𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐤's already spotted the first. A little bit of spam through. There's still time to pivot if need be. But for now, they stay. For now, they hold their ground. Committed to getting into A. At whatever which way possible, and Buzz from up top with the Headhunter's going to get one down. 4v4 here. The fact that they've gotten this far up, the fact that they've gotten Spike down is impressive in and of itself, but 𝘼𝐿𝐺𝐻𝐻 with the spam through the smoke shows he's pretty impressive himself. Now you see DRX start to fall apart. 𝘼𝐿𝐻𝐻 has already gotten 3 on the round, and while Mako has 2 this time, surely. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! And he still has lineups! He still has 2!
The orb isn't down though. And, oh my goodness, Artist.
He's just gonna hold it.
He could definitely hold it.
Oh, hold कर सकता था Artist.
Artist goes up top.
You could have.
Mako's so weak, he has to back
You
up.
could have diffused Artist.
No more post plant to deal with.
नहीं.
Artist has a massive decision before him. Artist on the tap. The swing! And Artist stops disaster.
Puts down the 1v4.
My goodness.
That was so ridiculously close. But talk about goal achieved, Doug. 4 kills on the round, and that is not something that happens to FPX.
No, bro, with a ghost? Good night.
It's 2 plants now, too, for DRX. Huge buy available for them. FPX, honestly, they're looking like they're mostly saving here.
Yeah, remember, they invested 2 Spectres, a Guardian, and a Vandal. The Vandal's the only one that survived.
भाई किस को गेम के बाद अभी और चाहिए बढ़ाऊं चैट में लिखो जिसको चाहिए मैं बढ़ाऊं प्लस डालो जिसको माइनस चाहिए माइनस स्पैम इट आई मीन जिसको नहीं चाहिए कुछ मत लिखो जिसको प्लस चाहिए प्लस लिखो ज्यादा चैट हुई तो प्लस कर दो हां भाई आवाज कम है क्या इतनी कम है क्या अगर आवाज अब ठीक है तो आग डालो चैट में आग आग डालो अगर अब सही है
Now they want to make a play. Artist having to give the space up. The rendezvous. Getting him back, and Artist goes back in.
Everybody flashed?
Yeah, but this time there's nothing for him to get out with.
जरूरत नहीं थी आर्टिस्ट करने की यार.
Stacks on the plant. Angel playing close by.
Oh, बचाइए Angel भरता उल्टा.
Well, I mean, there's no way you can get those nades.
Not easily. And now you have the Viper Pit you're going to have to deal with too. Angel trying to clear out back 𝘼𝐿𝐻𝐻. Not able to succeed either.
Good trade though.
Can.
ये राउंड तो जीत जाएगी यार DRX.
Zip on the only one with the weapon, the only one.
कैसे रिटेक
Actually,
करेंगे?
𝘼𝐿𝐻 just upgraded. Now he has
Alt मार रखी है वाइपर की सब है.
Still so healthy. DRX are still so patient.
Zest भाई ऐसा हगोगे तो हो जाएगा रिटेक.
Oh my gosh. Oh no! 𝘼𝐿𝐻 only gets 1, but Zipan's gotten 3 on the round. How has Sax gotten to this point of 1v1? 𝘼𝐿𝐻 on the swing. There's not anything there. The Red Bull clutch for Sax.
And it was heroics. It was fireworks. It was so electric the last 2 times these 2 teams played, especially in that first map. We're 3 maps in, and it's got everybody excited for what's to come. Look at this. The dive down from the FPX player, 𝘼𝐿. I mean, he almost got 2 even.
Yeah, he did.
And Stacks holds strong. That is ridiculous. But it was just the bonus, so FPX have their pit of their own now.
मेरा जो मन बोल करेगा मैं वो बोलूँगा. जिसको ज़्यादा दर्द है स्ट्रीम छोड़ के निकल जाओ.
No, the pits! It failed! It just failed! And you know that everybody's thinking right now, the chip on the shoulder coming in with FPX, and that's what happens.
Oh my gosh.
Artist.
Oh, tried getting away.
What?
Just ridiculous. And the entire game plan was set up to use that pit.
What?
So we'll see what happens here, but 𝘼𝐿𝐻 has to play with just his wall. He didn't even get a chance to put his orb.
What?
Still has one Molly to play with too.
And they still have that massive denial potential with Zipan's nade still up. They have a slow. They still have as well a Molly as well to combine, and the C's.
They have tools.
भाई मैं वाइपर खेलता नहीं हूँ पर मुझे वाइपर की कुछ चीज़ों को अच्छी तरह मतलब हर एजेंट की पता ही है मैं वाइपर प्लेयर नहीं हूँ बट फेल कैसे हो गई हैं फेल कैसे हो गई क्यों नहीं पाई थी क्या या मैंने देखा नहीं क्यों नहीं पाई थी
He's just waiting on the other side of the wall, and he's flashed up to high heaven. Can't see a bloody thing. And Stacks has gotten 2. He tries to go up high, but RB is the one who cleans it up. But 𝘼𝐿 down low. It's the jumping classic that cleans up 𝘼𝐿. and gets DRX to 2.
Just wild. Very slow approach there. I mean, because they lost the first player.
Slow up से कैसे हो सकती है? Slow up से relation क्या है alt can होने का?
They're really,
क्या
really
बोल रहे
slow
हो bro?
rotated, so Zipon's not there to deny. Everybody has to play off the site. All because of that cascading effect from the pit missing.
उसे बंद कर दिया क्या?
Still have tools to fight in here. Yes, the buy looks a little scuffed, but
I mean, very
Like the guys, like subscribe, like subscribe.
showstopper, the tour de force if they want.
पट like पट भाई 900 लोग देख रहे हैं 900 लाइक तो कंप्लीट करो उसे खुद ही बंद कर दी ना हाँ वही
choosing to be the one to tote the
of
weapon
course
here.
उसने बंद कर दी स्लो अप से कैसे कैंसिल हो सकती है भाई मैं कह रहा हूँ क्या लॉजिक बोल रहे हो उसे खुद ही बंद कर दी
So they can potentially sniff out the fact that Artist is over on this side, but he did get RB.
Ansu gets who swung at the exact
मुझे
same
लगा एक
time,
मारेगा
but the res brings RB back. Remember here, the weaponry, not great for FPX.
This angle from Buzz is so difficult to deal with.
Yeah, there's a little something you can look through too. You see Stacks trying to play close by, Mako waiting for any sort of rotation through mid. And there it is! Oh, but you get to his wise to it. What a clean shot!
Artist, you need this skill.
Zest able to take care of Zipon.
Look at that patience from Zestu. He could have gone for that kill, but he falls back into his team, where he can be more effectively traded. So
बहुत यूटिल है यार इनके पास ए साइड लेने के लिए DRX वालों के पास Prowler, Seal,
Finds nothing. While DRX
Knife,
find it all,
Nade,
including
Flash.
the lead.
That was that low buy round. Remember, Artist purchased a little bit more because he's going to use this tour de force. So DRX broken FPX right off the bat. I mean, even that second round, the heroics that we saw from Mako.
Yeah.
That shot from Zest.
He had plenty of challenges, that's for sure.
You're seeing a very composed DRX right off the bat. Specifically Zest there. Other players too, RB, Stacks. Everybody super strong.
ऐसे टूल में वैल्यू क्यों नहीं आती? I have no idea, man.
And seemingly unfazed by the historic run that they're making right now. A cozy one-round lead. You see Artist, who had the tour de force, as you mentioned, starting to control mid-map. And boy, has he gone up far. The Nightfall going to clear out A. You see the knife, you see the Prowler, you see the
Oh, that nade!
But it's the nade, you're right. That changes things.
As soon as they're setting
Thank
up
you, yaar, Shine, yaar.
on their execute, they're all behind this pipes position, so they use
Thank
the
you,
nade
yaar.
to seize. And it's perfectly placed.
Guys, shout out to Shine FX in the chat.
Zipan can cause so much
Sexy,
trouble with
sexy
the
editor.
showstopper.
बहुत sexy editing करता है.
For the Q, right? Whatever it is.
ओ भाई इतना sexy था.
And there it is.
Thank you यार Shine. Means a lot, man.
Didn't kill Zest at
Thank you
all.
यार Shine.
But Mako does.
बहुत sexy thumbnail भेजा
Nobody's
उसने.
swinging with him there.
Shine
Way
OP guys,
too far
Shine
away
OP
from
in the
wall,
chat.
doesn't wanna go through the
I'm
decay.
sorry, एक second के लिए रुक जाओ.
Stacks playing
उसने
close
मेरे को
by, so
thumbnail
Shine
भेजा है.
he was one of the few that
I'm
remained.
changing the thumbnail, okay? Just give me a second. उसने मेरे को thumbnail भेजा. Just give me 1 second, ठीक है? गिग्गी, thank you मेरी जान for becoming a member. भाई मेरे पास डबल मॉनिटर नहीं है, सिंगल मॉनिटर सेटअप है, तो एक से रुक जाओ. उसने मेरे को thumbnail मिला के भेजा है, बहुत सेक्सी सा for this stream. Shine OP in the chat everyone. ठीक है? एक से रुक जाओ, डाउनलोड कर रहा हूँ. अपलोड करके फिर हम देखते हैं. ये देखिए. Thank you Shine. जाके thumbnail देखो कितना प्यारा बनाया है उसने. जाके देखो एक बार. मैं अपलोड कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है? अपलोड कर दिया, जाके देखो एक बार. thumbnail देखो. Looks so cool, man. Looks so cool. देखो thumbnail देखो.
The hands of Durka and his team. And this is a completely
बड़ा
different
प्यारा
look
thumbnail
now.
बनाया है उसने. बहुत फास्ट बनाया है भाई, बहुत फास्ट.
Won the last 4 rounds.
मतलब मजाक से हटके बहुत ही ज्यादा फास्ट
Cozy on
बनाया है.
Bunny, still have a couple of volts to work with too, including RB's.
There's 2 players here close. Zipan and Artist.
They
And
drag-
remember, Benkai mentioned the height difference with these Prowlers.
Absolutely right. Is he going to find value? Oh my goodness, he is. With nothing but a Spectre.
बहुत अच्छा thumbnail बनाया है.
It's not clearable, that position. They're still fighting for this, though. They're going to actually push.
Are they going to swing into him? Oh my gosh, they're going to swing into him, and he swings right back!
The knives are out! Why are the knives out? They're just not committing to that push. Want to fall
पैसे
back
भर दो
instead.
उसके. भाई Shine FX
Too
अभी
apprehensive.
कर रहा है, हम दोनों की अलग बातचीत है, ज्यादा बढ़ने की तुम लोगों को जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है?
before him, and
अपडेट नहीं हुआ क्या अभी तक?
decision is failure oftentimes.
अभी तक अपडेट नहीं हुआ? What?
There's just little precision on that approach. Walking up close. I think maybe they're trying to scoop a gun? Maybe. And that could have made
What?
a
अभी तक
difference.
अपडेट क्यों नहीं हुआ?
You know you didn't deny that space. You know they walked past you.
Yeah.
So for sure you're expecting fights. There's the timeout.
क्या बढ़िया लग रहा है ना?
Needed here as they get the guns
कितना
online.
प्यारा thumbnail लग रहा है, देखो।
Online too. And he
एडिटर तो है।
needs to start being able to take these first contacts. He's just not finding the right site so far in this game. He did swap over that B site, but only when he had the Guardian.
भाई तुम लोगों को दिक्कत नहीं तो मैं अपने कमरे की लाइट बंद कर दूं? मेरे को ना ऐसे शांति से लाइट बंद करके देखने का मन कर रहा है, या तुम लोगों को मेरी शक्ल देखनी है? मतलब मेरी शक्ल दिख जाएगी आई थिंक अंधेरे में भी। कर दूं लाइट बंद? शांति से बैठ के देख सकता हूँ मैं तुम्हारे साथ लाइट बंद करके? कैम ऑन रखूंगा, कैमरा तो ऑन रहेगा, बस लाइट बंद रखूंगा, ठीक है? मैं ना थोड़ा कोजी से होके देखना, फील्स गुड मैन। लो ये वाली लाइट ऑन कर दे, ठीक है?
DRX's approach has netted them a
सही है?
round lead. They're not running a duelist at all, so there is no crazy go.
शक्ल तो दिख रही होगी मेरी?
Right, it's been a bit more methodical, it's been a bit slower, and it's cost FPX.
या नहीं दिख रही शक्ल?
Artist has not found.
शक्ल दिख रही है? नहीं दिख रही बिल्कुल भी?
Used to seeing him find here.
नहीं दिख रही क्या शक्ल मेरी?
Maybe this round is where they can turn it around. You see the operator in his hands, light armor.
नहीं दिख रही शक्ल?
We'll see where he's set up. DRX have found a lot of success towards A. And that seems to be where they're headed. The Viper wall up towards B to suggest a little.
ठीक है लाइट ऑन कर लेते हैं यार, ठीक है कोई नहीं,
There's going to be a challenge as
देख
well.
लेते हैं आराम से।
The crowd is asking
कोई
for
नहीं।
this moment right here from Artist. He's just top of Gen.
Can he deliver?
You can easily
तुम भी
dodge
सो
this
जाओगे।
angle.
There's no satchel or anything to go fast off of, right? There's got to be flash, there's got to be something. But no, they just walked right past him. Or
Let's
at
go.
least attempt to.
हेलो श्वेतांग।
Potentially the worst player to fall here for stacks on this attack side.
Absolutely.
No sage wall now.
भाई
They've
शक्ल
been
देखने भी
relying
किसे
on
है?
it late in the
मेरे भाई
rounds.
लड़कियां होती है चैट करता है, इतना प्यार जो करती है मुझसे।
It's been so integral to their identity in this half. The Prowler, the shot, and Artist does it again.
Let's go Artist.
With the crowd before him, he answers the call.
Nice
But again,
util
sees
यार,
nade this time from
nice
Artist.
util
It's
यार,
good.
nice
No
utility
TP
usage
available
man।
there either. Pulled it back immediately.
Oh, that knife was going to hit all three.
That pings them up, but there's no follow-up, so they can easily wait this out. A little concerned now about the flank because Buzz is down. So look
Nice
at all of them
utility
basically
user.
watching the back. And with the noise not being there for them, you have to consider that.
Yeah.
हाँ यार बोन्स
Still
वो तो
utility
है,
to
वो तो
get
मुझे ही
through here,
पता
though.
है।
I mean, they still have the C's, they still have the nade.
30 seconds left.
Xiao's playing close by too. They've got to set up on to clear the Prowler. Does
खाओ मरेगा, आ बोलने ही वाला था।
15 shots and he does too, but Zipan! He can snatch
बचा
it
लिया
back.
ज़पैन ने,
Can Mako
बचा
do
लिया
that too?
ज़पैन भाई ने, दो
So
मार
again,
के।
you see the rotation starting to come through. He has already spotted Zipan. Who else is there? Spots him
बचा लिया
both.
ज़पैन भाई ने।
They got time on their side.
Down, and it's a game of chicken.
बचा लिया ज़पैन भाई ने
Challenges
राउंड,
them to
वरना हो
swing,
जाता है अभी।
and he gladly
बचा
does.
लिया, ये राउंड थ्रो हो
It's
जाता
the
है।
op as well, Zipon, for sure.
ज़पैन मेरे भाई,
Has
लेट्स
been
गो।
good on this role specifically.
Yeah, he
और जोरी गार्ड में मीटअप रख लो, करते हैं
Really
करते हैं।
close to Artist on any sort of statistical
हाँ ले,
leaderboard.
शुभम कुमार ले,
Also
बज रहा
contributing
था, ले
so
ले ले।
much to the engine,
Your
no
thoughts
matter
on
what
VLT
role
2
he
new
plays.
edition, Davi and Deadly?
But it's just much,
Pretty good man।
more captivating to see him play this Razer
क्या
on
पता
this
उनको
map instead of the
एक
KO.
young
which,
blood की
by
जरूरत
the
थी।
way, DRX completely taking that old comp that FPX was running.
Yeah.
That XPX kind of gave
एंजल
up.
भाई मत करो, नीचे से फर्स्ट मत आओ, आपको ऊपर से फर्स्ट आना है, थोड़ा सा ऊपर आ जाओ, बस 2-3 किल मार दो, थोड़ा सा हर राउंड एक ही मार दो, टीम की हेल्प हो जाएगी। ऐसा मत करो एंजल भाई, अभी आपकी बहुत जरूरत है ऐसे टाइम पे, एक किल पे मत बैठो। 5 के जीपे के बिना व्यूज नहीं देने का भाई। मेरा मैनेजर, मेरा यूट्यूब मैनेजर वेलिफर है, टॉक टू वेलिफर। वेलिफर मेरा यूट्यूब बिजनेस देखता है, ठीक है? वेलिफर ने गोल बना रखा है कि मुझे लखपति बना के छोड़ेगा महीने के एंड तक, तो जो वेलिफर बोलेगा मैं वही करूंगा। अब मैं व्यूज नहीं दूंगा,
Absolute legend, I think, definitely cementing himself
5000 के बिना मैं व्यूज नहीं देता।
as the coach for DRX. And the interesting thing so far about this game.
पता है मुझे आईजीएल बॉटम ट्रैक कर सकता है, मजाक में बोल रहा हूँ यार, तुम ना अलग ही सीरियस टोन में चले जाते हो यार। मेरी स्ट्रीम देखते हो, पता भी है मैं कैसा इंसान हूँ, फिर भी मतलब अजीब ही हो। आईजीएल क्या कोई भी बॉटम ट्रैक कर सकता है भाई, ड्यूलिस्ट भी कर सकता है, ऐसा नहीं होता। जब तक एंजल अपना काम कर रहा है, यूटिल डाल रहा है, प्रॉपर सब कर रहा है टीम के लिए, इट्स मोर देन
Yeah. Remember, Artist started off that round, and RB just walked through a wall. Look at this FPX, complete A side, open. They're just using the Prowler to get Artist set up here. Sugetsu finally rotates in, but they get the wall so they can funnel him in.
DRX maybe okay with that. Look, RB and Stacks are both up top already, excuse me. Yeah, it all works out. Angel's already fallen. Wall goes up. Remember how important that's been to
to be honest, सच बोलूं, अभी the way the game is going on, DRX is playing way better than FPX right now. FPX वाले मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा है इतना क्यों रिस्पेक्ट दे रहे हैं। FPX वाले चाहे तो वो भी रोक सकते हैं, डबल एल्बो खेल के, वॉल अप करके, ए पे वॉल अप करके, डबल एल्बो कंट्रोल रख के, प्रॉब्लम छोड़ के फाइट ले सकते हैं। बट FPX वाले पूरा टाइम ट्राई कर रहे हैं रीटेक पे खेलने की बार एंड वो नहीं वर्कआउट हो रहा, उनको पता है उनका वर्कआउट नहीं हो रहा। और DRX वाले भी इसलिए कुछ अलग नहीं कर रहे, ना तो बी जा रहे हैं ना तो मिड जा रहे हैं, वो भी सिंपल ए हिट करी जा रहे हैं कि उनको पता है कि हमारा वर्क करी जा रहा है वो। ये हमारी यूटिलिटी ज्यादा बेटर है अगेंस्ट FPX।
I mean, you don't expect a little random attacker to walk out of your own spawn.
Well then.
Could end up being a pivotal miss.
Yeah, perhaps ominous.
If they can't break the economy at some point this game, this half. I mean, RB man, this guy has been.
एक साइड लेके खेलो मेरी जाने मनो, प्लीज ये साइड फाइट करना स्टार्ट करो, रीटेक मत करो।
Fans and critics alike.
Absolutely.
But this role swap has
वाले
worked.
पर पता नहीं यार।
Obviously now in the top 4, in the lead so far.
Sai, why you like Angel so much? He's a great guy. He's a very down to earth person. Great guy, very smart. Lot of knowledge about the game. Tactical genius. क्योंकि जब मैं उसके सामने CS के टाइम पे खेला था अनुज में, तो बड़ी प्यार से भाई। He's a great guy. Zero attitude, normal chat में बातें कर रहा था, अच्छा बढ़िया बंदा है भाई। एंड एंजल को मैं बहुत टाइम से फॉलो करता आ रहा हूँ यार। नाइस वन यार से फैन यार, नाइस वन। मैं बहुत टाइम से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ, 1.6 CS:GO के डेज से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ।
They had too many players there to break obviously the haunt that went out from Zest, and there's just nothing else.
Yeah. Now with 50 seconds left, you wonder
like
how
the other
DRX
guys
want to approach this. They've got plenty of money.
One
I mean, they're sitting cozy.
like the other guys, like the other, tabadab, like 1000 like, subscribe. क्यों कर रहे हो एंजल भाई, क्यों ये सब क्यों कर रहे हो? एरोबैटिक्स मत करो, खड़े रहो एक जगह, क्यों करना है?
Oh, it didn't hit him at all.
गोपी भाई, नाइस वन। क्यों एंजल भाई, मतलब क्यों? डाउन टू अर्थ तो आप, हाँ भाई।
Either way, doesn't really matter, but they did invest it. And it's a couple rounds left. Maybe you can get one more up for Xiao.
Acrobatics, sorry. Acrobatics.
Feels like a whole.
Yeah, it felt like that round was already won.
Yeah.
You know?
Sorry.
A little bit of time to pull off a lot if you want to get Xiao into the res here.
I mean, there were still 2 players.
Acrobatics.
Up, so let's see that. Sugetsu swapped now over towards this B side completely. Last round he was paired up with the 2 who had that high-low setup.
B present show करिए।
वापस
वापस ये हिट, प्लीज ये रख के खेलना, हाथ जोड़ता हूँ ये रख के खेलना, प्लीज रीटेक मत छोड़ो, वॉल डालो।
That's landing top pipes. That's Artist's most preferred position to peek from. So instead he has to find other ways. The top gen peek or down below. And obviously that's just as risky as well.
All right, and the Prowler clears that out.
Denying Artist any of that early space that he wants, and as Chamber, it's really hard to get back in there without taking immense risks.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
Teleport's ready.
Now he's got the rendezvous set up so he can get away safely.
And knife from RP is up again, though. Yeah, he has to get out.
They're being very calculated about Artis. You're absolutely right, and you saw it there again.
Nice
Keep
entry,
him down
nice
for long,
entry.
Kenya.
Let's go.
And normally the
पर अल्टे से नहीं artist नहीं
Out from RB. But Artis gives the space back up. You see him trying to spam through that wall up in net.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Almost got spammed, and there's the
Nice
field.
Zipan.
The Phantom gets one, not able to get the second. 4v3 in favor of FPX.
Stax has his res. It's behind the wall right now. They want to go for it. They're going for it.
Nice pick.
Artis
Nice
is
artist.
still a problem, but it was a bait. Sugetsu cannot do it all on his own. And he gets plant money.
क्या trades हुए?
And mistakes were made here in this round by DRX. I mean, they didn't have the presence that they normally do on top 410.
ज़्यादा बच रहा क्या पहले फिर?
Yes,
Mentor.
they nullified Artist completely on the back of that site. Almost completely, because he still gets more value.
Ooh, stacks.
Phil. Yeah, that's absolute Phil.
Stacks bhai. Nice picks.
Absolute peak.
Nice picks. Nice picks.
Last round of the half, and he seems to be having a good time.
Nice
Actually,
picks,
all of
Stacks.
DRX are. They find themselves up 3 in
फिर
the
से
first
hit.
half on
फिर से
FPX's
hit.
map pick.
भाई एंजल भाई मिड नहीं आ रहे सेज देख ली कि मिड आप जाओ ए पे डबल एल्बो खेलो
This last round.
क्यों दे जा रहे हो ये उनको बार बार यार
He's lurking here.
Here's a cheeky little setup. Artist holding this low angle.
There.
While Zipan's close by up top.
हमारा स्टैक्स में
Bounce
यार
here.
क्या
You
ट्रेड
know that knife that RB continues to throw, if they wait for it, Artist can stick it, and Zipan can jump on top pipes.
अच्छा वो लोग अपनी नाइफ की
About
वेट
15
कर रहे हैं
seconds roughly before
5
he
सेकंड के
gets
बाद
it.
एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे
Maybe even a little less, so we'll see. And there it is. It's up right now.
Still though, Mako has the threat of lurking down mid.
And there's really nothing to hold it. I mean, you've got Angel who's looking close by. Oh, and they just dropped the Haunt in there too. Rotation starts to come
Execute.
through.
फ्लैश
Waiting with the flash.
Zip-
Skrill, they're
ooh,
clearing
zip
out the
in.
spot of the knife, and that should give them some space. But they're going to repeat. They're going to go right back into it. Angel's already fallen, but Zipan's still here. And there are two beneath them, right before him. And Zipan does it
लेट्स
again.
गो जापान यार
He's
लेट्स
got
गो
4 on the round.
Let's go.
Knuckles not around either.
क्या मारे है भाई बंदे ने यही बोल रहा हूँ ये रख के खेलो ये रख के खेलो क्यों रीटेक दे जा रहे हो
What a way to
क्या
close out the
मारे
half.
जापान ने वाओ
Surely we got to look at that one again.
That was just
insane भाई
unreal.
जापान भाई insane भाई क्रिस
A couple of taps.
वाओ
Swinging
Covered up,
into, I
covered
mean,
up.
Obviously, Zest
Tough
doesn't have his
part,
utility, or it doesn't have his gun out, but
insane भाई
still
insane
just
जापान insane
gorgeous stuff.
insane
Get
player bro
4 there.
insane
They have
player
gotten 3 and then to re-swing and challenge that angle again. Oh, what a half. What a play.
Insane player.
Throw it down to the desk. Chrissy, take it away.
Thank you so much, Doug. What a massive half. It is going to be ugly out there. This is a real competition, a real game we have in our hands, don't we, Benkai?
Yeah, you can just see the back and forth between
बट
these two teams.
मेरा
and,
यही
like,
पॉइंट है
can-
पता है दिस इज माय पॉइंट कि जब ए साइड पे आइस बॉक्स में जब तुम्हारा रीटेक नहीं वर्क कर रहा ना देखो पहला पिस्टल के बाद एफपीएक्स ने पहला पिस्टल इनसेन रीटेक किया दैट वाज अ वेरी गुड रीड एंड वेरी गुड रीटेक बाय देम स्टडी करके आए थे बड़ी परफेक्ट यूटिल डाली उसके बाद जब उनको पता है कि डीआरएक्स वाले यूटिल डाल के उनको पीछे फेंक रहे हैं और वो साइड घुस के प्लांट कर ही जा रहे हैं तो और रीटेक वर्क नहीं कर रहा है या तो तुम बैक स्टेप करना स्टार्ट करो उनको जब पता है कि सीटी और राफ्टर से रीटेक नहीं हो रहा या तो बैक स्टेप करना स्टार्ट करो डबल बैक स्टेप ट्रिपल बैक स्टेप या तो भाई डबल एल्बो खेलना स्टार्ट करो मेरे को तो हमेशा यही पसंद है मेरा मतलब गेम के टुवर्ड्स लॉजिक यही रहता है कि अगर नहीं ए साइड पे रीटेक नहीं हो पा रहा ऑफ कोर्स पहले रीटेक ट्राई करो रीटेक नहीं हो पा रहा तो या तो डबल बैक स्टेप ट्रिपल बैक स्टेप करो या तो डबल एल्बो खेलो ये राउंड अलग बात है जापान ने बहुत ही इंसेन मारा है बट ये राउंड अगर तुमने नोटिस करोगा उन्होंने रख के खेला उन्होंने डीआरएक्स वाले का इतना टाइम जब तो अगर तुमने नोटिस किया होगा डीआरएक्स वाले बार बार अर्ली पुश करके इस साइड ले रहे थे बट इस बार उन्होंने रखा 40-45 सेकंड्स तक सेकंड नाइफ आ भी गई उसके बाद भी उन्होंने वेट किया डीआरएक्स वालों ने उनको भी रीड थी कि आई थिंक वो लोग रख के खेल रहे हैं मुंह पे खेल रहे थे आर्टिस्ट ने टीपी करके पीछे भागा फ्लैश होने के बाद जापान नीचे कूदा बट वो पीछे नहीं भाग गया तुमने नोटिस करा होगा मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि वो लोग पीछे नहीं भागे इस बार स्क्रीन सीटी राफ्टर नहीं भागे वो लोग साइड पे खड़े रहे एल्बो गया जापान उसे स्विंग किया एल्बो से आर्टिस्ट वहां से राफ्टर या तो आई थिंक साइड से कवर दे रहा था उसको व्हाटएवर बट मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि पहली बार इन्होंने फाइट ली एल्बो पे खड़े होके तो ये फाइट मैं तब से बोल रहा हूँ भाई क्यों नहीं ले रहे ये लोग अब सोचो ज़पैन ने ये राउंड 4 मारे, अगर इससे पहले अगर कोई और एल्बो खेल रहा था उसने भी अगर 1-2 मार दिए होते तो राउंड क्या पता जीत जाते, 6-6 होता या तो 7-5 फॉर FPX होता, you don't know.
I'm just so happy about it. It's just watching these two
क्या
Viper
यार,
players not play from
और
the
क्या
back,
मारे
just play
ज़पैन
up
ने
the front
भाई,
lineup.
next level.
I'm just so happy that they're so happy to just go in front and just hold it down on the side for their team.
Well, it's certainly going to be an exciting second half of the game, and maybe we'll get a map 3 here. It's looking very exciting between these two teams. Let's throw it back to Doug and Bala and get the second half underway.
Thank you so much, Chrissy. I think the desk hit the nail on the head. This has felt like a slugfest between these two teams where they've just tried to one-up each other consistently, and now we're going to get the chance to see it again, this time with FPX.
तुम किसको सपोर्ट करो? I love FPX.
Remember,
I'm a
undefeated
FPX
this
supporter,
year in
but
lower bracket runs.
I won't feel bad if DRX wins because by in the end,
That's pretty good.
yes,
I'd
he
take those odds.
If they pull off another lower bracket,
but I'm a
run,
FPX supporter.
that's just. I mean, they're already.
I love ज़पैन भाई. I just love
That
this
is
guy.
unbelievable.
सुगेत्सु, ज़पैन, आर्टिस्ट. Actually
Almost every
पांचों
other
मुझे
team
बहुत
in the
पसंद है.
world
बहुत
would
प्यारा
have
लाइनअप
this
है
point.
इनका.
Oh, Buzz has spotted a lot of players.
Rallis.
Takes a little bit of damage, manages to get away. Meanwhile, Sugetsu's looking.
AG is easy. हमने पूछा. तूने नहीं पूछा पर किसी और ने जरूर पूछा ना मेरे भाई.
Opportunity to pivot today, should they choose to do so.
I think that might be a little bit of a remnant of DRX playing a lot of Jet on this map recently. And
Watch your
expecting
Insta.
fast flank.
Shine FPX तिलक नगर वालों को
Just
अपना
not coming
Instagram नहीं
just
देता.
yet. And obviously, no Jet on this one.
Man visual.
The thing is, Sugetsu also hasn't gotten up super far, right? So they don't really understand what pressure is awaiting for them on A.
50 seconds, a lot of time to work through it, but not much utility. Angel's already used his Prowler. The nice thing here, look at Artist's position.
Shine
He's
FPX
all
बोल
the
दे मैंने
way
कहते हैं
up B,
Shine FPX.
can
sorry.
easily catch rotated.
Shine
and a
FPX.
nasty
भाई आजकल
flank.
दिमाग पता नहीं
What I
किधर
like about
चलता
how
लाइन.
FPX are playing this is they're hedging bets on both sides, right? Like they take some space B, pivot back to A. They could pivot back B if needed.
Utility देख रहे हो?
or
Utility.
Artist can just hit the late
He's all the way
flank.
deep.
Look
Buzz
at how-
might have just spotted him though.
Artist
Look
को
how
मरने
far
देता.
back he is, and
Nice.
they're going to rotate into him. He's got to get a kill here. If he falls, the rotation back towards B is in trouble. It's in peril.
एक मार दे आर्टिस्ट बस एक मार दे वीरे. ओके आर्टिस्ट नाइस ट्राई यार. बेचारा कुछ नहीं कर सकता
And
था.
Artist falls.
कुछ नहीं कर सकता था बेचारा.
But
He
the
was
thing
stuck
is, with
there.
15 seconds left. They don't really have time to go anywhere else. They have to commit to be here.
At the wall. they
भाई मैं
easily
कोई GF
flank.
बनी नहीं
Oh,
bro.
the
I'm
nade go
saying
through
this.
that wall.
Oh,
It's
Sugetsu's got to
Sugetsu!
find another, and he does.
Nice Sugetsu. We
Shao
got a
gets to
plan.
play it down.
Let's go
Before he
Japan.
breaks
Let's
it,
go
it's
Shao.
1v1.
भाई
There's no
very
seconds left
important
and they're
kills भाई.
still taking the
सुगेत्सु
fights.
सब वो
The late
चारों
round
kills बहुत
call,
important थी.
the
चारों.
late pivot.
Everybody out
स्पाइक
of
प्लान
position
नहीं होता.
dealing with
रोटेशन आ
Artist's
जाती.
flank.
रोटेशन कट करती
And
उससे अकेले दो
Sugetsu
मार के.
there.
भाई नेक्स्ट लेवल सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट बात सुगेत्सु की थी. अगर सुगेत्सु नहीं मारता इंस्टेंट रोटेशन जाती. वो हेल्प करती उनकी.
FPX win the second
वो लोग
round
प्रेस करना
pistol.
स्टार्ट करते.
We called
मे
it,
बी
man.
स्पाइक प्लान भी
It's
नहीं
a
होता.
juggernaut match,
सुगेत्सु ने
right?
अकेले
This
खड़े
is a
होकर दो मार दिए भाई
heavyweight
क्लासिक
fight.
से. वेल प्लेड है सुगेत्सु. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू किल्स
Second
भाई.
pistol for
सुपर
FPX as
इंपॉर्टेंट.
well. Look at this from
ये देखो
Sugetsu, man.
पहला दूसरा.
Finds the
अगर वो चला जाता ना फेड
inches
तो
way
वो
in
जो
there.
साइड पे जो
Separate
बंदे
the
खड़े थे
two.
वो लोग फिर पुश कर सकते थे बॉल के थ्रू क्योंकि उनको पता हमारा बैकअप आ रहा है पीछे
Falling off the boiler.
से. नाइस वन यार सुगेत्सु यार.
It's a little death slam there from Stacks.
Not amused. Sunglasses.
नेक्स्ट
look
लेवल
good.
भाई सुगेत्सु.
Kang styling as always.
5-stack towards B from DRX off of the knife, and there's everyone here. Zipan's gotten past it, though. He satchels his way up. The Prowler's going to spot one.
This is a stack.
बहुत बढ़िया लगता है मुझे प्राउलर.
Mentioned it. All
इतनी
five
फील
players
आती है
here,
ना
but they're working him right
जब
now.
तुम प्राउलर
Zip on
छोड़ते हो
top,
फेड से.
Artist down on
जो
bottom,
जो
and
चैट
the
के अंदर
nade is
फेड प्लेयर्स है ना
perfect.
उनको पता होगा मैं क्या बोलने की ट्राई कर
Both
रहा
him
हूँ.
and Zest
Nice nade.
down below.
उनको पता होगा मैं क्या बोलने की ट्राई कर रहा हूँ. जो जो फेड प्लेयर्स है चैट के अंदर ऐसे वो जब
far cry
प्राउलर
difference
छोड़ते हो वो ऐसे
that
जाता है
anti-eco
पीछे
in
वो
the
करता
first
हुआ
half.
और जो पाउंस करते
And they felt
थे
out the stack. They
सेटिस्फैक्शन
got a
मिलती है
couple
ना
kills
छाती
of
में.
it to cut their losses. And took
अलग
the
feel है.
other side. Look at Sugetsu. He's all
अलग
the
feel
way
है ना.
deep.
If they continue to expose the soft sides of the map like this, DRX are in trouble. I think the fact
हाँ
that we've already
सुकून
seen
मिलता है वो अलग ही एक
FPX
सुकून मिलता
circumnavigate the defenses of DRX. I mean, it's only been 2 rounds.
Yeah, but it's only been 2 rounds. All right.
फेड अल्ट अलग भाई है.
Trying to
वो
stack
टन
them
टन
off.
टन करके जो आवाज आती है शायद
So, I mean, on
टन
that pistol
टन.
round, you're certainly right. It reminds me of the way that Optic ends up.
वही तो कह रहा हूँ जंकी जब किसी को पकड़ लेता है मेरे भाई.
With DRX specifically.
प्राउलर जैसे छोड़ता है वो तो पकड़ लेता है वो. ओ हो.
to, just on the other side. And the timing, it didn't look like it was going to
Chupra
work.
yaar,
He
sorry
does
yaar.
eventually swing out, get the last two with the ghost, and get FPX to
By the way, आज मैंने पूरे दिन में एक ही बार मील खाया है. I'm gonna order
Very
something.
happy to hunt kills there. Not only does he want
What
the
do you guys
ult
suggest?
but he's
बताओ
only
तुम
got
लोग
the
बताओ.
ghost, not
What do
worried
you guys
about losing
suggest?
that to them at all.
Not anything greasy or something like
7-7,
that.
we're all tied up.
तो ऐसे कुछ suggest करना जिसमें oil और greasy ज़्यादा ना हो.
Heading into the main part of the second
Like दबा
half.
दो guys. Like दबा दो टपड़ा
Huge
टपड़ा.
bonus here from FPX.
यार
Four
दर्शन मेरी
rifles,
जान
excuse
साउथ
me.
इंडियन खाने का भी मन नहीं कर रहा बिल्कुल.
And DRX also a little bit of a weak purchase in terms of the armor at least. Same thing though on the FPX side. And note,
Momos. I have actually
Phantom
stopped
was
eating
served, actually
momos.
two Phantoms, buzzing
पता है
at
क्यों?
Mako, so all that light armor.
वो नहीं होता लाइफ में जब किसी के साथ
Inside
ऐसा
of
कुछ
FPX.
बहुत बुरा एक्सपीरियंस होता है फिर वो ऐसा
Hurts a little
उस
bit.
चीज के बारे में सोच के भी ऐसे घिन आती है. मेरे साथ मोमोज के साथ हो गया है. मैंने जिस रात को मोमोज खाए थे मतलब जिस रात को मुझे सीवियर फूड पॉइजनिंग हुई थी जब मैं हॉस्पिटलाइज हुआ था मैंने अपना लास्ट मील मोमोज ही किया था. तो अब ना वो दिमाग के अंदर ऐसा बैठ गया है समझ रहे हो कि मोमोज
Oh, he spotted a shoulder.
ऐसा वो
Is that enough to draw rotates? You see the nade.
I feel very weird, very
He spotted one.
uneasy.
Now the prowler down the wall up.
जब मैं मोमोज खाने में सोचता भी मेरे साथ वो वाला सीन हो गया.
And no casualties for them either. No picks though either too. So they have to stay up close to maybe force them to make a mistake here.
Sugetsu on the bottom of the mini map there, checking the flank. He also has two mollies he can deal with. Proposed plant.
Cheeky position.
बड़े अच्छे भाई सजेशंस आ रहे हैं
Easily
chat में.
spammable if they find it out. Ooh, what a molly.
So then give the space up, but no, forget the spam. It's Artis who's gonna get the kill.
Hello
On
Karmik.
the swing.
Ciao.
Oh my gosh.
Nice
he's
Shao.
gonna-
Shao.
But he's caught. He's patient and he's rewarded.
Nice Shao. Very important girl. Nice one. Good one man.
You mentioned it was a big bonus. They convert. They deliver.
अच्छा
That's
वरुण.
huge. The potential to go up now to 9 rounds. The potential to really take control of this game after losing it early in that first half.
Patience.
DRX also not super.
ये वाला kill.
Obviously,
RB
it's
वाला.
very difficult to be diligent in those positions.
Thanks भाई.
There's so
Chill.
many players of
You
FPX
got this.
up
Chill.
close. There's so many players fighting you at that moment. Super difficult.
यार वाइपर ना
Shao just rips them apart.
बड़ा बोरिंग लगता है. कौन मेरी चैट में वाइपर प्लेयर्स है? पता नहीं मुझे बड़ा बोरिंग लगता है. मैं ये दो एजेंट है जो मैं कभी ऐसे दिल से भी नहीं खेलना चाहता. ना मैं खेलता हूँ ना मुझे आते हैं. इसलिए मैं मुंह पे बोलता हूँ मुझे आते भी नहीं है. वाइपर योरू 19 में से 2 एजेंट है जो मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं आते. 17 एजेंट में खेलता हूँ.
Information in mid, so
पता नहीं तुम वाइपर और योरू प्लेयर्स को ऐसा क्या मजा आता है खेलने में. पता नहीं मेरे को मजा ही नहीं आता यार.
they got off though, so plenty. of
FPX
space
not
still
taking
held.
any chances. Even in Eco, they use their resurrection.
Not taking
Every
risks
round
here
is
in this
important.
anti-eco to the sheriffs of DRX, and there was plenty of these rounds won from both sides.
मेरे को सबसे बेस्ट चीज पता है क्या लगती है? ये जो टीयर 1 टीम्स के मैचेस होते हैं इनके अंदर इको राउंड्स भी ना इतना ट्राई हार्ड करके खेलते हैं ना वो लोग इको राउंड्स भी कि हमें जीतना ही जीतना है. ऐसा नहीं कि इको है तो हाँ मैं ठीक है ये वाला शॉट लेने जा रहा हूँ. हाँ मैं ये वाला पिक करने जा रहा हूँ. हाँ मैं ये वाला शॉट लेने जा रहा हूँ. टपा मरे. हाँ चलो गाइस बाय राउंड अप जीते. मतलब समझ रहे हो मतलब ये लोग इको राउंड में भी इतना ट्राई हार्ड कराते हैं ना सामने वाली गन वाली टीम को जिनका बाय रहता है कि भाई तुम अपनी सारी यूटिल डालो पैसा खर्चो तभी तुम्हें हम साइड लेने देंगे.
Oh gosh.
ये
Artis
देख लो.
right click gets the kill.
He's stuck behind the wall. He gets up on the rope. Oh my goodness.
He's still playing up so aggressively.
He's got to get the spike.
Viper is beautiful though.
Volley
You want
missed,
one
so the
in
spike's going down.
Yes, he gets manages to get it down.
ओ भाई कौन
Oh,
just
but
got a vandal.
gets the kill.
डोंट टेल मी.
You're right. Sure. Oh, they don't pick it up. They're just gonna challenge. Maybe they've missed it either way. Zipan's got a 1v2 and it's much more manageable now that there's not a vandal on the other side. But it doesn't matter. Mako with the shots, RB with the defuse, and
माको
DRX
एंड
with the
आरबी
clapback.
डेडली डुओ. क्या शॉट मारा है माको ने. मेरे को लगा जापान निकाल देगा. क्या मारा है माको ने और आरबी ने वो 2 किल्स. वाओ.
Forced a massive overstep here from FPX. I mean,
Wow,
you
RB.
can already see there was a buzz in the middle of
Insane,
that.
RB,
The one
insane.
player he
ये
was
shot
trying
देखो.
to get away on the rope. Hardest goal
DRX fan
deep
girl.
again.
मैं भी DRX fan हूँ.
Everybody wanted to fight
What's
to
her name?
maintain a little bit of that space and help the players who were going for that plant to get out of there, but Whew. Still a huge bang for FPX. Not going to really cut too deep. But that's not a round DRX should have won.
Not at all. And it keeps the map close.
Yeah, I'm all for it. The closer the better.
I mean, it just continues this back and forth, right? Like this trading of blows that we've discussed.
So the ult to note here is 𝐏𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐻𝐿. He's got his pit. And FPX have been, so far, very good at getting on the site. So what does DRX have cooked up here? And they're looking for a mid. There's so many pits that you could use here in mid.
Maybe
that
a
can
kitchen
cause
one?
Yeah, kitchen. There's the kitchen lurk.
Yep.
The one that goes all the way up top nest.
Is that tower gonna get deep enough? Yeah, it is. Oh, and you heard a lot of gunfire on the other side of that. Really no reason to conceal anymore as you hear him thunderfooting up to into kitchen. Zest is on the other side, but he can't get in. The Prowler can't get in either.
The nest plant is so brutal to deal with, especially without mid control, and 𝑍ON's holding on to it right now. And he even gets RB.
He's gotta fight more.
Oh, that spam's getting mighty close!
Oh my gosh!
30 seconds left.
The spike wasn't down.
Down B.
And 𝘍𝐿𝐻𝐿's the Viper now planning.
काउंट आ गई होगी माको
Time though, there's still plenty of numbers. Can the rest of DRX
एंजल अगर छुपा भी रहता ना आई डोंट थिंक माको को पता था
Oh my gosh, it's gotten down to 2.
भाई अगर छुपा भी रहता एंजल यार
Again, Artist.
स्विंग क्यों किया
You have the option of staying in the pit.
क्या कर रहे हो आर्टिस्ट भाई आप भी क्या कर रहे हो
𝘍𝐿𝐻𝐿 still keeping the pit up as the spike ticks away.
ये क्या अल्ट मारी है भाई
Save.
ये क्या अल्ट है भाई
You know that rope's being covered.
Oh my gosh, what a hold. And yes, blunders aplenty, but what a hold.
So, okay, they did use a combination.
कि वाइपर की एक अल्ट इतना कवर कर देती है
Place to lurk. That'll get the kill. 𝘍ON's gonna potentially chase
झूठ नहीं
it.
बोलूंगा माँ कसम ये अल्ट पहली बार देख रहा हूँ मैं
They had to get out of there with the
कसम से ये वाइपर की अल्ट मैं पहली बार देख रहा हूँ ये अल्ट की ये इतना कवर कर देती है कसम से
He normally would lurk out from on the stairs right there where you see on your screen because the pit's covering that area. So he's trying to get an advantage where they think they're watching.
मैंने पहली बार देखी है ये अल्ट
But it just completely does not work out.
I mean,
मतलब इतने मैचेस देख लिए आई थिंक मैंने मैच मिस कर दिया होगा जिस मैच में ये अल्ट हुई है 100% क्योंकि ये अल्ट मैं पहली बार देखी मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा
Everybody else might take their chances of walking into that pit. Buzz with the op, no way. But it's still a round win for FPX either way.
कौन सा मैच में हुआ था ये पहले अल्ट क्योंकि फिर मैंने डेफिनेटली मैच मिस किया डेफिनेटली
The side of DRX, we've seen this before. FPX.
बहुत सारे भाई है जो ढूंढ के लाते हैं सब
Molly to
चीजें
clear out the boiler spot from Zest. And now 𝘍𝐿 a big threat.
I mean, Artist too. They just used the Roomba to get Artist.
आर्टिस्ट भाई ऑफ लगाने वाले हैं अरे तोड़ तो दे आर्टिस्ट मेरी जान
And Artist is a very safe fight given the wall. They could always put that up. Has to chase them through 2 segments of it. And now they can cut noise. Wall's back up. They have to use some utility here by Zest.
एक चीज बोलेंगे डीआरएक्स वालों की तरफ से उनके अटैकिंग साइड में कुछ ज्यादा अतरंगी देखने को नहीं मिला बिकॉज एफपीएक्स वाले उनको इतना स्पेस दे रहे थे बट एफपीएक्स की अगर बात करें एफपीएक्स वाले कुछ अलग अलग टैक्टिक्स दिखा रहे हैं क्या कहते हो मजा आ रहा है देखने में है ना थोड़ा मतलब अब वो डीआरएक्स की गलती नहीं है डीआरएक्स का टैक्टिक्स होंगे बट एफपीएक्स वाले कुछ कर ही नहीं देते इसलिए डीआरएक्स वाले यही जा रहे थे बट यहाँ पे एफपीएक्स वाले सब अलग अलग चीजें ट्राई कर रहे हैं तुम देखोगे तो क्या कहते हो साहिब इतना ज्ञान है आप पर आप कब खेलोगे पता नहीं ब्रो जब नसीब अच्छा होगा ना इंसान का तो सब अच्छा होता है अभी नसीब बहुत खराब चल रहा है जब वक्त खराब होता है तब सब खराब चल रहा होता है अभी बस उसी फेज में सप्रेस हो गया मार दे स्नोमैन मार दे अच्छा कर ही नहीं सकता क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं अल्ट मार रखी है क्यों ने Alt waste हो गई यार shit.
Patience right now from the Viper players. Buzz trying to clear out 𝐏𝐿𝐻𝐿, trying to see what he can find with the op, and he's going to spot a couple of members, but the shot goes wide. Is there help? Yes! It is help in the way of RB. 𝘍𝐿𝐻 playing close. They put up a wall of their own, and it easily disintegrates. It melts right before them. A 3v2 here. 𝘍𝐿𝐻 and Xiao.
Nice shot, nice backup shot.
Can Buzz 1v2?
𝘍𝐿𝐻, nice backup यार Xiao यार.
Huge hold.
शाओ ने वो जो दूसरा किल मारा ना येलो वाला इतना इंपॉर्टेंट था ना सुगेत्सु भाई ठुक जाते अभी नाइस वन शाओ और सुगेत्सु यार एग्जैक्टली शाओ ने इतना बढ़िया खेला ये देखो अटका हुआ है ये देखो शाओ अगर वो नहीं मारता जेस्ट को गया था राउंड है यार सुगेत्सु शाओ राउंड है यार
And those fights are so close, man. It's nice edge. DRX call a timeout here. Still a 2-round game. Still close. Still well within reach.
But that's frustrating if you're Stacks. You're the rest of the DRX players too, because everything went well. They nullified the mid control.
They nullified the showstopper.
चलो तब तक कुछ खाने के ऑर्डर करता हूँ.
Take ideas from FPX were cancelled.
Yeah.
And then they got their pit up. All the win conditions were there. They just couldn't deal with the two.
Like, subscribe to other guys for daily updates. Follow me on Insta and Twitter. Insta, Twitter. Thank you.
Two of the players with the most clutches in this
tournament.
And while that might not count for the stats, it's still a 2v4 that is super hard to win.
I'm single.
Yeah, guy, but if you're single,
नहीं मिलेगी भाई. कटेगा तेरा. कुछ नहीं मिलेगा देखो.
No, I've been actually doing him dirty though.
We're trying to help the guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
कुछ नहीं मिलेगा मेरी जान. सब मुंह में है.
You mentioned the 2-round lead for FPX. It has the potential to balloon to 3 here as DRX. They have won the only Thrifty in this map, but they're going to have to do it again if they want to keep it close.
And 11 is a dangerous number.
Yes, it is.
Fast again, the same wall. So gets Zipan on top of two. RB. Oh.
He was much
going through.
He was much more aggressive this time around too. Zest with the prowler in his face swings around, it's down to 6 HP, and Zipan, you see it. He was expecting to swing from stacks. Mako's fallen. RB's still close by, but
finally, bhai, eco nahi ho rahe abhi around finally.
Those two picks right now that you see on your screen, the two blue X's of DRX's death.
यार बिरयानी.
Super unconventional.
दिल्ली वालों,
spots.
मेरी जानो. दिल्ली वालों, कहाँ से होंगे बिरयानी बढ़िया बताओ.
That's a great mix-up.
मेरे प्यारे दिल्ली वालों, जल्दी बताओ. And please boneless मत बोलना. I don't like boneless meat. I like bone.
And Artist is the first to follow. But maybe
अभी बता रहा हूँ बहरोज का नाम मत लेना. मुक्का मार दूंगा मुंह पे. बहरोज बिरयानी दिल्ली. मैं दिल्ली वालों से पूछ रहा हूँ. बहरोज वो इंसान मंगवाता है जिसको अच्छी बिरयानी खानी होती है और वो नहीं करना होता. यू नो मतलब रिस्क नहीं लेना होता. अपने दिल्ली में और भी बहरोज से भी बहुत बढ़िया बिरयानी की शॉप्स है. तो दिल्ली वाले इसलिए मैंने दिल्ली वाले बोला. बहरोज मत बोलना. ऑफ कोर्स बहरोज बहुत अच्छा है बट जब तुम बैंगलोर जाते हो तब मंगवाते हैं बहरोज से. हैरी बोल रहा है अल-ककोरी. बिरयानी भाई किलो.
He was holding the angle and it was all too easy at that point.
3-round lead now for FPX. 2 rounds away from closing out the first map.
अरे अच्छी अल-ककोरी बेकार है वे.
Going in their way.
अल-कौसर है नहीं अल-ककोरी.
And the only round they lost was certainly
बिरयानी में किलो बोल रहे तुम लोग.
a winnable one, but also their own fault. That's the one where Artist pushed over top of the wall to get in top of the nest on B. Other than that, DRX have not been in control. And that mix-up that FPX just
Bro, ये बिरयानी पे किलो पे बहुत ज़्यादा पोर्शन है भाई. 4 पीस चिकन कैसे खाऊंगा?
Head right now. RB, can you escape? Good flash.
Very good flash. Remember, Zipan found a lot of value from this spot just a couple
single
rounds
portion
ago.
है.
Really haven't gone for a full push-up kitchen yet. And also, they know that Buzz is playing here. Remember, they got the TP off immediately. So if they can take down Buzz, Sugetsu gets unlocked. RB's going to challenge, though. Good awareness. Just have the clock in your head to be able to wait. They're going to re-challenge him, actually. Trying to keep him down in here.
But there are 2 here.
मटन खाऊंगा. आज मटन खाने का मन कर रहा. बड़ा टाइम हो गया मटन.
He's dangerous with it. He's bold with it. Artist goes down. Artist goes right back up. Oh, and there was a swing off the Buzz. Somehow Artist stays alive, though. And they've gotten the spike down. DRX was such an advantage. Such a numbers advantage. My goodness, not again. DRX finds one, Zipan finds another. They're outnumbered and they don't seem to care.
Nice,
but DRX finally come to life.
Mako. Why, Mako? Why do you kill so much, Mako?
All the kills swinging in their favor there.
The Mughal Trail.
Artist trying
Tikka
to
Junction.
claw something back, but they're too quick.
Sadat Ji Family Restaurant.
A great shutdown of the mid approach from 𝐏𝐸𝐽𝐻 there. They notice Artist is on that B site. He's the one leading the charge.
बिरयानी में 1 किलो पे सिंगल पोर्शन मटन बिरयानी नहीं है यार. मैं 1 किलो बिरयानी थोड़ा खाऊंगा.
He can't get out of there. So there's a slow on the side of him. The Haunt's going in as well, and they're pushing him from both bottom tube in mid and top tube, and keeping somebody watching him backside of Boiler. Great trap setup.
हाँ नहीं है.
This is where you got to equalize here if you're DRX. Try to break the bank right now.
You have to.
And it's a big round to try to stop right now because FPX got this Viper's Pit again, remember.
मैं रोज ही मंगवाना पड़ेगा.
Success that you can find with it.
Simar's just so bold, man, in the face of the Haunt. Position given away in the flash there. Somehow he survives.
Survives, but did not get the space. The ponytail from 𝐿.
आधा किलो हाँ आधी किलो बिरयानी थोड़ा खाऊंगा यार.
Mako has to hold things and he's seen.
मैं रोज से ही मटन बिरयानी
There
मंगा
it is on the second swing. 𝐿𝐽𝐻 able to claim it out.
Oh, is it?
Holding things back, at least temporarily.
ओह राइट देख लेता यार एंजल.
He's gotten into a 1v2.
निकालेगा आर्टिस्ट? I don't think so.
He's in front of the wall.
77,
He's stuck.
84 armor. He's gotten it down to 1, but he has no idea.
बड़ा important round है, reset round है.
Guessing every which way he can and buzz.
बस भाई हो जाता भी.
First 2 bullets go wide, but DRX get the round.
FPX up close.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a meat grinder as well. They got denied the first chance. And then they get
लगा ही था
really
बस भाई
close, they
निकाल
get the
देंगे
wall
but
up and they try to even
हो
go
गया था.
further. And they
मैं
didn't
उनके
do
साथ
it the
साथ देख रहे हो
last time.
वो रिएक्शन.
They got stalled.
हाय हेलो.
Instead they fell back. Instead they even rotated all the way back to B. I'm even thinking back to the pistol.
बिरयानी में किलो ट्राई करूंगा बट.
That does remain true. There's a good chance.
आओ तुम्हें कराची की बिरयानी खिलाऊं. भोसड़ी के वीजा थे कल आ जाऊंगा.
Right? They've got Artist with the Vandal. They have a Stinger in 𝐿𝐽𝐻 and in the hands of 𝐿. And I wonder if they play around Zipan. Yeah, he's gotten a Stinger too. 1 point away from the showstopper. 𝐿𝐽𝐻 has his pit.
They're going to go for it. And look, I kind of like this. Given the fact they're able to get up close on A almost every single
ठीक है
time.
कराची
Closing
राची
the
आके रहा.
distance and using those
बढ़िया
stingers
सी
to burst
नल्ली नहीं हारी.
past the time you think that they're getting
वो तुम्हारा जो पराठा होता है ना जो तुम पराठा बनाते हो क्या बोलते हो खमीरी रोटी.
key utility factors to delay down. But if FPX just say
जन्नत खाना
anyways,
जन्नत खाना है भाई.
I can
तुम्हारा
find
खाना
artists to work absolute magic with that Vandal.
डेली वीडियो YouTube पे वीडियोस देखता हूँ मैं डेली.
May be overwhelming on the
और
other
ऐसे बीटी में
side.
घूमता हूँ.
Zipan's got to close the gap. There it is. Oh, but
Usse
Stinger he only shot
bad.
1 bullet. Sax was happy to greet him there.
He was so far ahead of his team.
सेमी भाई. अबे यार वो लास्ट राउंड बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट था.
Comprehensive either. They just kind of walked into it with a whimper.
So same thing that you faced last time if you're DRX. You know how you shut it down. Use the wall to get in behind them and all fight at the same time from all sides of the site.
Note here, Zest and RB have key ultits
Teleport's ready.
to work with.
मैंने पहले पर नल्ली नहीं हारी बोला गवार.
Here is Mako's already spotted.
मैंने वही बोला है. ये रुकवेट 07 को सीधा बैन दे.
Still on the shout. Yeah, this
सीधा
Singers
बैन
are
दे.
not doing what they
ये
were
रेसेस
intended to do
जो लोग होते हैं चैट के अंदर इनको टाइम आउट नहीं देना. सीधा बैन देना याद रख वाले
bring us to 11
पर. और मेरे बाकी सारे मॉड्स
And
जो
they
भी ये
hold those
भोसड़ी
two
वाले
ults we were
रेसेस होते हैं
talking
चैट के अंदर सीधा बैन. सीधा डायरेक्ट बैन. नो टाइम आउट डायरेक्ट बैन.
Those buys are just not working out as well.
And they were causing fits at the beginning. But you're
वी
right.
डोंट सपोर्ट रेसेस.
It's all
मौका
tied
भी नहीं
up.
देना ऐसे
DRX
चूतियों.
fans back in the building.
वेलफेयर क्योंकि तेरा दिमाग गंदा है ना कटुए.
And it's still not even that good. Actually, that buy is forcing a lot of weaker
आराम
buys
कर
here
रखा
out
है.
of FPX. So a little bit of an over-investment right now. And they have to fight. The better buy here from DRX.
And an aggressive spot from Zipan as he's gotten down low, and I don't think they know that
He's so
swung
far
around
ahead
the
again.
corner. Oh, but RB saves the day.
Again, he's by himself, completely untradeable. And his teammates didn't even get extra space. They don't even know. Oh, Buzz.
I thought that hit.
It did hit.
I thought it hit harder.
हो रहा है
Joe 5 and 18. He was crazy good in the game against 𝐿𝐽𝐻. He was the guy. Instead of 𝘍𝐿𝐽𝐻 and 𝐿, was him and one of those two.
He was electric. Buzz not able to hit the elbow on that shot.
The slow keeps them in no man's land.
Got to back that thing up. Still holding back yellow. Artist on the other side.
RB still has this, no command, just use them. They can't even execute. 40 seconds left. This
RB
delays them for
ने
so long, honestly. At this point,
बहुत
what
अच्छी
do you
अल्ट
do
है,
with the team?
बहुत अच्छी अल्ट है, पूरा एग्जीक्यूशन रोक दिया।
You don't have very much
बहुत
time.
स्मार्ट
You
अल्ट
don't
मारी है
have very
क्यों
many
ने,
options either.
बहुत स्मार्ट अल्ट मारी है आरबी ने।
20 seconds.
उसे पूरा एग्जीक्यूशन रोक दिया है, उनको जबरदस्ती पैनिक क्रिएट करा दिया है
We saw
कि उनको अब जबरदस्ती 15 सेकंड पे 10 सेकंड पे ऐसे एग्जीक्यूट करके आना पड़ेगा।
Now they know you see the nightfall. Both
बहुत
teams
स्मार्ट भाई
shadows
आरबी,
fall.
बहुत
RB
स्मार्ट,
trying to keep them back even further. It's already
बहुत
squeezed his way
ज़्यादा
out with
स्मार्ट।
9 seconds left. They still haven't gotten this fight down. Now so you get to trying to do it, and the Haunt's gonna find some value. I don't know that it was enough. Oh, the second kill!
आरबी भाई
There's no time!
इंसेन भाई, आरबी इंसेन।
I think I just heard Achilles. Woo! From the desk.
क्या दिमाग लगाया आरबी ने। आरबी को पता था बी एग्जीक्यूट है, उसको पता है पूरा यूटल डाल के आएंगे और उनको प्लांट मिल जाएगा और वो फिर पीछे चले जाएंगे। फिर बात आएगी रीटेक पे और डुअल स्कोर जीतेगा उस पे, वो रिस्क लेते ही नहीं है। उसने पहले ही अपनी अल्ट पॉप कर दी, उनका पूरा एग्जीक्यूशन डिले कर दिया, उनकी टीम में पैनिक क्रिएट करा दिया कि अब हमें 15 सेकंड पे एग्जीक्यूट करना पड़ेगा पूरी यूटल डाल के। उनको जबरदस्ती 15-14 सेकंड पे से जाके एग्जीक्यूट करना पड़ा यूटल डाल के, और आरबी भाई ने उल्टे पे 3 भी मार दिए। नॉर्मल प्ले था भाई, लिटरली मेरी लॉबी में होता है। घर पे कच्चे में बैठ के खेलना, इमोर्टल लॉबी में एक अलग बात होती है, उस स्टेज पे जाके 11-11 पे वर्ल्ड की टॉप टीम्स के सामने खेलना और ये करना अलग बात होती है मेरे भाई। तो आप अपनी मेंटालिटी जिस दिन चेंज करोगे ना, आपको समझ आएगा कौन सा प्ले अच्छा होता है, कौन सा प्ले गंदा होता है। सिद्धेश, मैं अभी जा रहा हूँ इस्तांबुल, जा रहा हूँ, कल ही जा रहा हूँ।
He's been so good.
25 and 17. He's been the guy to get these spaces done, and he's in the smoke. He disappeared. No,
there's no value found with the ult, but he's taking the space. How much more can he find? There it is.
Nice
There's a good
Japan,
one.
let's go man, Japan.
the Viper though, he's still inside.
40 में
Go down, Mako up top. It's a barrel right into his ear.
ये Mako,
But he's still trying to make a play on the round. You see the pick go up, and he goes right back down. That's DRX take Icebox.
क्या कर रहे हो FPX वाले? Well played यार DRX, well played, no doubt, well played. Well played भाई, RB और Mako.
The first matchup between these
Well
two
played,
teams went the absolute distance in the first map. But this one a little less draining than that first one.
Actually, no, it
6
wasn't.
overtime.
उस टाइम पे वो सोचना इम्पोर्टेंट है ना यार।
We're going to hate
ऐसे
the
तो
next
बहुत सारे
DRX.
प्लेयर्स होते हैं जो बहुत नॉर्मल होता है, हम उसको हाइप करते हैं, ओ भाई ये क्या करते हैं, वो क्या करते हैं, बहुत नॉर्मल है। पर वही बात है ना, यू हैव टू गिव देम दैट क्रेडिट कि उस लेवल पे, उस सिचुएशन पे, दैट थिंकिंग अबाउट सच स्टफ कि हाँ हमें ये भी करना है, ऐसे काउंटर भी करना है। क्योंकि आरबी ने सिर्फ वो अल्ट मारे के डिले नहीं किया पूरा रश, उसने वो अल्ट मारने के बाद 3 किल भी मारे, वो भी तो मैटर करता है ना यार। वेल प्लेड भाई DRX भाई। पर कोई माने ना माने, माको और आरबी भाई ने एंड में बहुत स्टेप अप किया है, स्पेशली आरबी भाई। आरबी भाई ने अंधा स्टेप अप किया एंड में। सेकंड मैप कौन सा पब्लिक? सेकंड मैप कौन सा जाने मनो?
Those mid splits started to come in, and it was fully FPX favored. And then FPX tried to work around the same idea and just got shut down. Here's the last round. RB, what a monster he's been.
Again, in a different role. And he has delivered.
Here at Istanbul, he's just been absolutely nasty. Just nasty.
And he still has a chance to continue to be nasty. Mako popped off, Buzz popped off. It was a whole team effort from DRX, and they look so good.
Stacks also really good IGL and the coaching staff as well. I mean, the timeouts, we went the entire distance, and we still got more here between these two teams.
DRX epic है ना?
FPX now down a map.
Their map too. Whether they remain
चलो भाई FPX 12-12.
We'll be right back.
मैप भी तो You guys need to win the map. Let's go. चलो रे पब्लिक, लाइक दबाओ 1000 लाइक्स नहीं हुए अभी तक तुम लोगों से। क्या कर रहे हो यार, क्या कर रहे हो यार? 1000 लाइक्स तो करो यार, क्या कर रहे हो? क्या कर रहे हो? 1000 लाइक नहीं हो रहे? क्या हाल है भाई उपमान? 1000 लाइक तो करो यार। अच्छा मुझे ये बताओ, तुम लोगों को क्या चाहिए? वॉच पार्टी के बाद मैं गेम भी खेलूं? I'm having some tulsi tea. ये भी सही। अच्छा मैं वॉच पार्टी के बाद गेम भी खेलूं? ये भी चाहिए तुम्हें? यार मेरे को ना डिनर भी करना, मैंने तुम्हारे साथ बिरयानी मंगवाई है। नहीं नहीं शुभ भाई, मेरे पास वैसे प्यार नहीं है, तुम और मत मेरी मारो, तुम कॉपीराइट देना स्टार्ट हो गए। नहीं नहीं, आई लव योर सॉन्ग बट नहीं, मैं बजा नहीं सकता स्ट्रीम पर, सॉरी। मेरे साथ कांड कर दोगे आप। अबे 1000 लाइक तो करो, क्या कर रहे हो यार? 1000 लाइक नहीं हो रहे तुम लोगों से, मतलब तुम लोगों से अगर लाइक नहीं हो रहा तो मेरे से भाई सब गेम नहीं हो रहा। क्या क्या बोल रहा था रिक्सी ने? तुमसे लाइक नहीं हो रहा तो मुझसे गेम नहीं हो रहा। विली बेबी, हाय बेबी, हाउ आर यू? हाउ आर यू विली बेबी? हाउ आर यू? हाँ विली भाई, ये कुछ गाने हैं जो नॉन कॉपीराइटेड है, इसलिए मैं ये गाने बजाता हूँ और ये गाने भी अच्छे हैं। इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मेरा ब्रेकअप है बारों बार। साहिब भाई यार 10 घंटे स्ट्रीम कर दो। क्यों तेरी शादी है? हैं 10 घंटा कर दो? इंसान हूँ।
जाल में आज किए मैंने कितने कमाल वे, यहाँ जीते हम बढ़कर थोड़े से मर कर लिखी जिंदगानी एक साल में। आज चल मेरे मन में और मन जब मुसाफिर, तुझे हार के मुझे जीत हुई हासिल, खुशी मेरे मन में और दिल भी है काबिल, दितानी में फक और वो कहते हैं शातिर। यहाँ लोग पीठ पीछे करे वार, ये ले तानी लोर जो साथ परिवार है। आज तेनू वेके हो गए 2 साल, ये वेखदा में तस्वीर और जुल्फे कमाल के, कहते हैं जैसे
करनी वैसे ही भरनी। I'm Diamond 2 खेलेंगे ना? खेलेंगे ना विली? आराम से खेलते हैं। तेरे से बात करे बड़ा टाइम हो गया, तेरे से बात करूंगा, तेरे बताऊंगा। अभी बहुत दर्द चल रहा है लाइफ मेरे। बिना गाय किन्ने गीत पलवा है बुरा हाल है कारोबार। अब मार्केट में को बताता हूँ यार विली, देखो आराम से शांति से बात करेंगे तब करेंगे, आराम से बात करेंगे शांति में। विली एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट। मैं बोल नहीं सकता बट तब तक गाने सुनो गाइस, मैं आया 2 मिनट में। साहिब भाई अगर मैं फ्लाइट के टिकट दे दूं तो आप असम आओगे? मेरी जान मैं क्या करूंगा असम आके? मेरी जान तू खुद बता, मतलब मैं यहाँ से दिल्ली से उठ के असम क्या करूंगा आके? मेरी जान बता मुझे। वेलीफर ज्यादा बज मत, उसको टाइम आउट दे। उल्लू के पट्टे। कभी कैलकाटा बिरयानी ट्राई करना, करेंगे सर, करेंगे अगर मौका मिला तो। कितना 2 रुपए का मॉड है मेरा ये वेलिफर यार, बातें कर रहा है उससे, ये नहीं कि उसको टाइम आउट दे। इतना 2 रुपए का मॉड है ना ये। मैं आ रहा हूँ गाइस, 2 मिनट आ रहा हूँ।
Yeah, last time it was Buzz on the Jet, and we've seen even in the history of this matchup how good that can be for DRX to have. When they beat FPX on Ascent, it was Buzz on that agent to pound.
All right, let's jump into our Prime Gaming Agent Select and see if some of these Jess predictions are actually going to come true or not. Who's going to be playing what here on map 2?
All right. Whoa. Okay, we're getting weird. Viper on Haven.
This is not
a commonality at all.
क्या लग रहा है थर्ड मैप जाएगा कि नहीं जाएगा? जिसको लग रहा है थर्ड मैप जाएगा आग डालो, जिसको लग रहा है नहीं जाएगा सैड इमोजी डालो.
Early 2022 where there was like a trend, particularly in NA, with teams starting to pick up this Viper. I've always liked the ideas, but I feel like people have struggled with that good implementation. The other big question mark is Chow away from the Fade. They don't want that Fade Raze combo. Instead, he's the solo initiator in this composition. Haven's meta has been defined by these multi-initiator comps in recent time.
𝘼𝐽𝐻, if you see this and this is a pick that you really don't expect to happen, what are you thinking? Are you thinking they must have a plan to use this to its full potential?
I wouldn't be too surprised because I've really practiced against the Viper on Haven in my region, so I kind of know that I'm pretty sure you'll see any of the rounds, you're gonna see a Viper wall that extends out from C-Long all the way into that bomb site. Yeah, just like that straight line wall as a default.
How would you rate Viper on Haven out of 10?
If FPX is doing it, maybe a 6.
That's still not great.
Yeah.
That's if they're playing this well.
Yeah.
Not great. And what are we looking at
मेरे
here
को
on the
तो भाई
side of
Viper
DRX? How is this
Haven
complicated to
बिल्कुल
you,
पसंद नहीं
Benkai?
है.
It's pretty much their bread and butter, right? It's what you saw the last time they played Haven, and it is what they're comfortable with, and they have
Really
find so much
done
success
मेरे भाई
with the way
बेद
they
दूँ.
play this. Then I'm not really surprised that they're not changing it up.
नहीं भाई,
But
मेरे
I
को
have
भरोसा नहीं हो
confidence in
रहा.
how they get into the bomb sites. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a comp that
मेरे को लग रहा
really
है
puts the
2-0.
pressure on Buzz to perform. But also enables
Viper
him so well to perform. You have the Omen Paranoias.
पता
You
नहीं.
also have that breach in
नहीं.
action. This is where this guy absolutely thrives.
All right, we're all
Hey,
set for map 2. Let's find out if this one can go the distance and send it to map 3. Let's send it back to Doug and Bala.
Thank you, Chrissy. I think I echo the sentiments of everyone at home, everyone in the venue when I say good.
Of
night.
course,
I
सोच
really
समझ
hope
के
we
लिया होगा
go
FPX
for
ने,
map
but
three, but
नहीं यार,
Viper
मतलब
on Haven doesn't instill a ton of confidence.
Yeah, it's funny because they're risking their entire
Exactly,
tournament
they're
life.
risking their
It's like
tournament
their
life,
year
exactly.
to end because they go for an off-meta pick, and I'm surprised they didn't mention that to Benkai because he's well known for doing that in Copenhagen. So FPX picking a Viper here is super, super interesting. They're starting on defense, and I'm wondering.
पता नहीं, I don't
Obviously,
believe this draft, but
They have
I
confidence in
hope
this Angel going for something out
they will
of
do
left
something
field once
great.
again. It's going to be hard. I mean, DRX's attack side is so crazy good in terms of getting space with their jet, their executes, finding so much value, and so many different looks as well. No matter what site you're going to, Buzz is going in a different direction, finding a different path. And it all comes down to this for FPX.
Remember, tournament champions just a little bit ago. Now putting everything on the line with a Viper on Haven. Heavy the crown, but steady the vision as they turn their attention over towards Haven. One map to potentially send them home or to send us to Fracture.
And DRX is starting off with what Benkai said, the bread and butter. Buzz going to lead the charge, and they're hitting the C site.
There are a couple of members here. See the fault line through. Buzz has already gotten up, though. Angel on the trade.
Ooh.
He manages to
Nice.
get a second. But he's been overwhelmed. He's been outnumbered. Sax is going to get the spike down. All he has is a little bit of utility left. Mako throwing the shoulder darts on the other side. The swing timing is great.
Oh, मार दिया artist ने.
And the spam is fire too, but you're right, he did manage to get one.
It's planted from
यार ये माको का बड़ा डर लगता है यार, ये माको.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have anything. He
He's
just
got the
got one
one-way
smoke
too.
up.
This is actually very doable here for Mako.
Fine. Didn't manage to get it to half. Mako repositioning, creeping his way forward.
They heard that.
Taking any inch that he could possibly get. Shadow Zipan try to keep them back. Zipan got it to half. Zipan gets the kill, and he's gonna get FPX first round.
And that plan also not even close to where that one way was going down, so that didn't provide
क्या
any
लैम्बर,
value.
It
रोम
felt really
रोम.
far out.
Yeah. That's DRX classic, actually. They like to get the low plant spot. And while we have the DRX stat on the line as well, you do have to note FPX. The only time they've played this internationally with their starting 5 was against PaperX in the grand finals, and they lost that one. They were relying on it a lot at Copenhagen during groups when they had their sub, Cider. So pulling it out at the last moment here, knowing DRX is going to pick it into you.
Artist holding mid with Marshall, no armor on the side of DRX.
अलग draft है
whatsoever.
FPX का ये.
The swing, just clean. Manages to get away too.
Difficult to actually get this plant down, given the
DRX
decay that's
इतना
going
punish
through,
कर
but
सकती है ना breach के
no
साथ.
utility spent to deny.
Dude, Artist is so bold to continue challenge. But look at DRX, they fully send in!
Artist, what?
But Artist has gotten 3 and now he's close by. Artist with 4 on the round!
He picked up the frenzy too and just made quick work with the rest of them, just jumped in behind them.
Artist
What a
भाई
play
जल्द
from
आ रही है.
DRX.
Let's go.
Taking surprise to the next
Nice
level.
one artist यार.
But no one surprises Artist. Still has that Marshall. And for him, he was re-challenging him, but they never look at him. And when they finally do, it's too late.
There's too many people on that side. The swap is clean too.
Composure, calm, chill.
Did actually end up swapping off that Marshall. And note, the Viper pit or the Viper wall that they're using is to control this A side, short and sewers, but also B.
Yeah.
And there's no fade to use the C's to combine with the nade, but it's still getting put down by Zipan to control this A lobby. And they've got full of it.
And it puts Artis in such an aggressive spot into short. He can challenge that so easily.
पूरा A
Meanwhile,
छोड़
you could also see
अच्छा चेंबर के
the
दम पे छोड़
orb
दे भाई मेरे भाई पूरा
that Sugetsu's putting down is top C.
Do pro teams have a
on
mental
that
coach too? Yes.
It's a one-way for them,
Psychologist होते
and
हैं.
Angel to just rip off the
Yes.
split. DRX love to go for these C splits.
वो डोटा की कौन सी टीम थी? उनकी एक फीमेल साइकोलॉजिस्ट थी. उसका बहुत बड़ा हाथ था ओजी को जितवाने में टीआई. तुम लोगों को पता होगा मैं कौन सी बात कर रहा हूँ गाइस. आज से 2-3 साल पहले जो ओजी जीती थी नोटेल वाली टीम. ओजी है ना, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. क्या वो बहुत फेमस साइकोलॉजिस्ट है, ई-स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट, और उसका बहुत बड़ा हाथ था जितवाने में. बहुत बड़ा हाथ था भाई. क्या नाम है यार? टॉपसन नोटेल. एंजल एक मारना था देखो यार. आरबी भाई स्मोक क्रिमिनल बन रहे हो तुम तो कतई स्मोक क्रिमिनल.
DRX find their first.
That's a really good job of DRX, actually. Not necessarily themselves being proactive at pulling the rotations, but being able to pull the rotations based on the information you're giving FPX there. Eventually, they find a timing.
RB भाई
close. Yes, there's a molly landing at their feet.
चौथा भी मारता. ये आरबी भाई चौथा भी मारते अगर रीसेट होने का टाइम मिलता इनका. चौथा भी मार देते.
A-Link outside of B only spotted one, and that called the rotation over because he was working his way up B. And usually when you see a lurker coming up towards B, you're expecting an A hit.
टरेट डालने का भी लाइन बना रखा है. नीचे जो एम करके जाते हैं लोग, वो टरेट का भी बार मैसअप हो जाती है ना, टाइम लगता है डालने में, 1-2 सेकंड वेस्ट होता है. उसका भी लाइन बना रखा है भाई ने, सीधा जाके इंस्टेंट.
Note here, RB has his ultimate.
एम्बर भाई बोर की तरह दिखाओ उन्हें ये.
And that is exactly where they're going to head back to.
DRX always with such good ideas with their Killjoy ults. And remember, no breach in this comp, so it can't be broken easily.
Artis is so far up.
Two
shots already through, space given away, but
nice Sugetsu, one more Sugetsu, let's go.
Hold the line for now.
You got it. Nice Sugetsu. Nice backup artist.
Sacks in a 1v3.
Let's go Sugetsu. Let's go Sugetsu. Let's go.
That's the type of round you want if you're FPX with this Viper. Just easily picking them apart. You saw how Artis and Angel in the last round have so much staying power in the back of sight there. Just because you're playing a Viper. And just because you have that auxiliary.
यार बर्गर किंग का मैं गिना चुने खाता हूँ. मटन वॉपर है तो चिकन वॉपर ही खाता हूँ और कुछ नहीं खाता.
He didn't really get a chance outside of the freeze time at the beginning of the game to discuss what's possible. Now you see it. Now you see how Sugetsu is using his utility. So the first chance for Glow to really come up with a on-the-fly game plan. You need to call an on-the-fly game plan here.
It's been an area of comfort for the Korean representatives before. We'll see if they can do it again.
ये क्या सीन है? स्विगी वाले मेरे को मिस कॉल मारते हैं, फिर मेरे को मैसेज आता है कि अगर मैंने फोन नहीं उठाया मेरा ऑर्डर कैंसिल हो जाएगा और रिफंड भी नहीं मिलेगा. मतलब
you're interrupting his vlog.
हाय एमी बोलते जी बोलते.
The fans trying to get behind the DRX squad, behind the Koreans.
हेलो हाँ जी भैया, फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे आना है. राजा खोल रहा हूँ.
Remember, they still have RB's ultimate. So you see now they've got Mako's too.
क्या कह रहे हो भैया?
It's a really difficult time actually. Now that we see the ults back on.
नहीं
To come up with a game plan and at the same time be thinking about how to counter the pit.
स्विगी भैया पूछा ऊपर कोई डॉगी तो नहीं है
all the way towards A. And there's more than just that. Zipan has his ult. Angel has his ult too. Last time on the eco, DRX went straight into B, and looks like they want to do the exact same thing.
And they're going to walk in for free too. They're also going to challenge Link. You see the paranoia out. Buzz has to give some of the space back. Mako gets the spike down.
That paranoia just basically cancels the one-way attempt. What is that smoke thrown on the left side there in the cubby?
Wild post-plant positions. See DRX expecting the aggression, expecting the flank in through garage. So spam through and yeah, using the stairs to drop utility. Showstopper, Ziban up top, he gets zest!
Oh bhai.
Now the spam starting to come through. Xiao gonna try to hold it. Angel taking damage. But Xiao's just gonna hold it the entire way. There's no challenge! There's nobody that's able to get him off! And Angel pushes forward! Gets a couple of kills! How are there two people alive?
क्या मंगवाया है? मटन बिरयानी.
I know FPX won the round, but I'm losing
दिन
my
में
mind
एक ही बार
right now
मील
just
खाया
what
था
just
यार.
happened at the end there. Did Mako get a 3K with one shot? Look at this. Oh, it was Angel first.
Backing तो है. Peripherals की
Follow-up
backing.
spray and then the double. Wow. That's pretty impactful. Hey, look at FPX's money. It's not that good. Sugetsu with just the Phantom. And don't forget, they got the pit out that time. So, huge switch in ultimate
Peripherals
power.
पसंद है. हाँ यार, Peripherals तो बढ़िया ही है. मैं मटन खाने का मन था यार और ना Peripherals सेफ बेट है मटन बिरयानी के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा. मुझे भी कहीं और से ट्राई करना नहीं था क्योंकि एक तो वैसे ही मटन बिरयानी महंगी आती है, ऊपर से दिन में खाया नहीं है तो वर्थ इट होना चाहिए मील. और अगर कुछ गंदा मील आता तो फिर बीटी हो जाती, समझ रहे हैं, पूरी रात बीटी हो जाती मेरे को. इसलिए मैंने बिना रिस्क लिए बहरोज से ही ऑर्डर कर दिया. टेंशन वाले एम्बर, हम सेफ नहीं खेलेंगे.
Has to turn it to the left.
There's nowhere to go.
He's alive.
Good night. But 20 HP.
Hey, I'd be rather 20 HP than dead.
Yeah.
And they didn't get any information about that either. I think they
मुरादाबादी
have some inkling because
मुरादाबादी बिरयानी पे 120 रुपए की मिल रही थी मटन बिरयानी. बहुत डर लग रहा था मुझे देख के, इसलिए मैंने बंद कर दिया वो.
and is just looking down. C-Long has his garage control as well with the trademark. So they're set up for it. Here's the breach ult. FPX, there's nobody actually getting hit by this except for Xiao up heaven. The fast retake is on.
You see double paranoias as you're right. They swing right through. Buzz has gotten behind enemy lines.
Nice.
They found all the trade. No, not able to do anything. Xiao drops to his death as he tries to challenge from heaven. And now Artis with an op in a 1v4.
भाई देखो,
He's got to save that thing.
मैं बिरयानी और राइस खाता हूँ
The
हाथ
hunt
से.
is on.
I don't like eating from.
RB, who ate the molly at the beginning of the round, is
मैं कोई रेस्टोरेंट में भी जाता हूँ, अभी भी हाथ से खाता
That's
हूँ.
information now. He's definitely
अब
saving.
मुझे
Look,
स्ट्रीम
stacks
पे
of
कैमरा के
units
सामने
chasing.
खाने में अजीब लग रहा है,
Mako
तो मैं कैमरा बंद करूँ और
not going to
खाऊंगा.
continue. Actually, they're not going to continue to pursue.
ठीक है.
Yeah, how bold do they get in this? They have some time still.
Either way,
कैमरा बंद करके खाऊंगा.
that was one.
Watchparty तो
FPX was
continue रहेगी.
very prepared for
ठीक
that
है.
round. And DRX still brute forces their way through. The Rolling Thunder clears the
एम्बर तूने
site,
चार्ट पढ़ ली ना वैसे तो
and
भेजी
they
थी मैंने.
follow up with pounds of might.
और रहता गिर मत जाइयो.
Every single player ready to fight that. That paranoia from Angel did not find value. The dart as well from
वे ढक्कन ही नहीं
Xiao,
खुल रहा यार.
which was trying to combo them together. See, miss Buzz. The dart's up at that time, but nobody's getting tagged. It's broken at this point. And Xiao was just way too late because he was the guy who got breach ulted. So happy to eat it, but he's expecting his teammates to find value, and that's why he's committed to that dive. Meanwhile, still, I mean, they didn't really spend that much either. RB still has his Killjoy ult. And here's the first time they're challenging this A control.
The nade, the dart. They're able to clear some of it out.
The early buzzes that FPX has been getting inside of A lobby now negated.
DRX, you're right, pushing into this. Artist with the op.
प्राइस क्या है?
He's starting to
450
pull back into
रुपीस.
A. I mean, they have 4 here.
It's for the most part, it's an eco. Just artists with the op, so setting up for this, and don't forget, they don't have that massive coverage of the ult this time.
You're right, but Xiao's here too, and he's got a Spectre. He's got something. Oh, an Artist does too!
Hyper for the flash.
What a shot. The second, a warning, the paranoia. But they're committing it as Mako is ulted. The wall. The only thing keeping him back, and Mako gets the kill! How have they gotten this? You mentioned that it was just an eco.
कैसे जीत रही है भाई
Seems to
FPX?
work out for FPX just fine.
I mean, Mako TP'd right next to Artist, and Artist didn't even look. And they still win the round.
समर्थ एग्जैक्टली हाथ में खाने में जो निशाना और किसी में
Real big problem. Yeah, Mako's right behind him.
Oh, गुलाब जामुन भी भेजा उन्होंने.
I mean, I've heard Finesse talk about how difficult it is to hear these Omen ults. But that just brings it to another level. Wow.
भाई देखो कैमरा बन गई हुआ मैं शांति से.
Well, also, Angel just ulted right before. So maybe that's a little
तब तक Watchparty देखते रहोगे.
using a combination here with the Hunter's Fury off rip. Tried to paranoia from B, but look at Angel.
Mako's in trouble. Mako's in trouble. Mako's been spotted. The heavy aggression in A pays off for FPX as they're not done yet. Angel swinging around. The blades don't land, but Zest's bullets do.
Xiao's still here too.
A 4v2 is Buzz and Zest remain.
And Sugetsu's got his orb up. Look at this. It is brutal.
There's that one way that you were mentioning.
Oh,
Sugetsu holds the line around his utility.
Brutal. Just brutal from FPX. That was a really nice play. Not only do they have the setup with the Hunter's Fury at the beginning of the round, which is happening right before this, that gives them the space in A main, but on top of it, look at Angel. He's literally down in mid right now. And if they weren't diligent with the Fade utility there, he's getting 2 more easily.
Penta, hacker.
And it's an early second timeout used from DRX, their last of the game, and we're only round 9.
Let's go.
Only round 9.
Perhaps a Hail Mary being called here. It's something.
Let's go FPX.
For them to be using this timeout this early in the map.
It's only 4 rounds down. I think the big thing is obviously still trying to figure out exactly how to play against this complete audible thrown out by FPX on this map. This Viper pick, we haven't seen direct value too much except for maybe that last round, but
मुझे ना ऐसा लग रहा है
indirectly on other
कि
sides of the
FPX
map,
ने
utility that
वाइपर उठाने का
Sugetsu's
इसलिए भी
providing his
सोचा क्योंकि वो लोग डिफेंस चालू हो रहे थे.
DRX have mentally approached this, shifted. I mean, a lot of that. Remember that prior round.
बड़ी
before
feeling
this
आ रही
was
है.
the first time they really took a lobby control at the beginning of the round, and then they get punished for trying to do it again. Mako getting caught completely alone in that
Relic.
last round.
मुझे कुकिंग करनी आती है मेरी जान.
The buy for DRX, not great.
टाइम नहीं मिलता कुक करने का.
They do have some key ultimates to work with. But Buzz doesn't have blade. I mean, they really have very little here.
Stacks back up, but they're going to force a retake here immediately.
Buzz pushing his way forward. This feels a bit reckless, and while that's really the only decision DRX have here, look at that. Just waiting on the other side. Frenzy finds value. First kill going in favor of DRX.
I mean, talk about reckless. It's Angel, of course, the king of recklessness.
Tipan swinging around, and RB finds another one with the Bucky that was picked up off of Angel. How much more can he find? He's still dancing around.
Oh भाई.
But Xiao and Artis clean him up. There's still a shot at this, but they're so far up.
They don't know there's too many close.
Oh, and Zest is the only one further down. They don't know that Buzz is here. Oh, the shots don't land. Buzz is not able to get any
ठीक है भाई
of it.
शशांक.
That could have
Let's
been
go.
bad.
But it should have been a round 2 for them. Remember, they won a light buy already, and they get it close again. This time it's because the gamble in the direction that they're going at the beginning of the round works out. It's only Sugetsu. But there was so much that worked well. The Bucky RB had, up close and personal. And then the wraparound from Buzz, good too. Ooh.
That was clean up from Xiao. Again, another setup to challenge A.
Look at this wall, it's different.
Viper's wall. Yep.
All the way down mid, and that's a huge threat. Given that the Killjoy turret that RB's been placing always is looking for that mid walk down. Now they have to body check it. And they didn't even realize until now.
But they're going to challenge it.
Here.
No clue what's on the other side of this right now. Finally, the Prowler clears it, so it's all safe.
At least a little bit of it.
At this point, though, it doesn't really give FPX any more value.
Simar has ult here. You got to be careful. They're all in there. The paranoia. There's the ult. RB's done. Rolling Thunder through.
Almost
but
dodged.
Was he able to get past it? No. Sugetsu tucked, safe. He's so patient. Waiting, baiting his team.
Oh,
and anticipating the flank out.
Oh भाई.
Sugetsu gets 4.
Oh भाई. Hello Ri. Oh भाई.
It is getting overwhelming. These rounds out from FPX. And it's not the rounds you expect.
He walked into him. He bumped him.
It's the gun round where they're dominating. It's the light bias that DRX is putting something together. And it's to the point now that DRX is going to force every round. More stingers out, pit down long C.
They're once again going to push into A.
Look at 𝐏𝐸𝐻𝐿. He's going all the way down his pit right now. If there's anything committed here to this A hit, he's flanking fast.
Buzz is tucked up in a tiny corner. Remember, RB still has that ult, by the way. Had it for a few rounds now. They're going to use a drone for him to swing, but they don't know someone's on the other side. He's got to be patient. He's got to be careful. A judge waiting, but it's too far away.
He gets out too.
They had the trap set up.
And look at the hesitancy from DRX to walk past this wall in short. There's just too much threat on the other side of it. Finally it falls, but at this point, starting to rotate back. RB has no space to actually use his ult in a significant manner there. And because they got the pick, perfectly comfortable to sit back now.
There's just so much control. Even if you take a Rod, you're going to have to clear him out somehow.
Don't forget, ZOWIE has his nade here too to deny the plant. With 30 seconds left, it's dangerous.
30 seconds left.
Backs up, gives the space. There's a nade that you were just mentioning. The satchel too.
RB's off of
Just
it.
to be sure. RB's managed to get one with the judge, and he is going to get the spike down. What a shot out from Zipan, dude. He's been outrageous. Seth's down is so weak. Finally, we see that ult used. And 𝘍𝐸𝐻𝐿 has abandoned the pit. He's starting to challenge over on site. RB has fallen. Zipan has gotten another. Saxon's Zest so weak. Saxon, he's going to have so much before him. Oh, and it's the
भाई FPX तो भाई सबको गलत प्रूव कर रही है.
shot out from Artis. A sleight of hand goes his way. We had a lot of questions around the Viper pick into Haven, and well, it seems to be working.
And it's funny too because I was with 𝘍𝐿𝐽 on the desk. The first thing I was thinking about was how you're approaching the attack side. And there's clear value to it on that half. 9-2 already. And this is looking very far gone for DRX so far. And again, let me remind you, even if they start a little comeback in the second half, they have no timeouts that entire time.
They're flying blind. Early paranoia. And again, to fight for a main. Angel's going to take long, and he's going to continue to push alongside Zipan.
Come on, करो.
DRX really not
थोड़ी
interested
देर में
right now. They have the alarm
खाना खा रहा
cover and make sure there's no flank coming around. They can focus more so on C here.
Smoke just put down on B might deter them a little bit more.
मेरी बिरयानी में मटन खत्म हो गया, अब सारे चावल बचे हैं.
They might rotate back.
क्या दर्द है
Plenty
यार.
of opportunities still to decide what to do. 1 minute left. But the thing for FPX is they're committing so many bodies on this side. The flank will have to come fast if they commit anywhere else other than A.
Don't think that, yeah, it's probably not going to be that one way once again, man. That one way is so good.
And the slow shuts it down. Nobody's following up with that. Oh!
Okay.
Maka with 2 huge entries.
He's weak. He's going to ult. He's going back sight. They have full sight control.
But look at the flank.
Spike planted.
I think RB's utility just went down, so I'm not sure they're really aware of this. It's triple flanking right now.
बिरयानी तो बहुत अच्छी
Going
है.
on.
The drone to clear out garage. You see the smoke instantly as a response, while the rest of them are going to try to make their way down long. But there's utility there. Zipan's already gotten one.
Huge drone too.
How much more can he find? Smoke's concealing the positions of the remaining DRX players. This FPX has to go forward. The tap, the swing, Zest holds it. But 𝘍𝐸, can he do it himself? A 1v2 utility in his face, but he manages to dodge it. The halt was there too to give him away.
What a spray through the box there from Zest and Stacks too, just committing to it. And a solid idea from FPX, but it just does not work out. DRX, it's 9-3.
9-3, the one way was good, the comp is good, FPX looks good. Let's throw it down to the desk.
Thanks so much, guys. An absolutely dominant half by FPX on DRX's map pick. One player I think we should talk about, Mimi, though, is 𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿𝐼𝐴.
Yeah, I mean, this guy comes out and makes a crazy choice in pulling out the Viper here, but has looked really incredible with it.
He's just been utterly dominant. Like this defending half.
इतना insane खेल रहा है ना
well,
𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿𝐼𝐴.
to be able to scoop up that 4K over at C, just tucked into the corner. DRX just getting a little bit sloppy. They don't check for it whatsoever. And 𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿𝐼𝐴 is able to just go ahead and take control of the round. I love the setups. The one ways there to cut off barrage and everything just to make easy pickings for artists look fantastic.
बहुत सारे चावल बच
The
गए.
question though is how is this going to look? How are they going to pilot on the attack?
Yeah, so especially on this round 5, which I like to call the battle of the minds, you know, after they took that tech toss, I believe FPX would have said that they didn't have enough A-long control and they were anticipating DRX to hit A, but DRX made the counter call to go into B with that round. But FPX just had such a strong retake protocol on that, and it's the first time we really see the Viper's Pit used in a retake.
Yeah, and that's a big question, Seth, as we look ahead towards the second half. How will the Viper play out on the attack? It's been a while since we've seen Viper played on this map.
It's been a while. I think 1 साल हो गया भाई Viper देखे हुए.
Because for DRX, they tend to be really heavy when they play this defense on holding down extremity control, holding down A lobby. This is where Buzz is getting most of his kills on this map. But now, you kind of have to change the style that you're playing when you're up against DRX, because I think their priority is going to be, when you're up against FPX on this comp, because their priority is going to be getting that spike down, playing the post one that's super potent with that Viper, and also having the opportunity to play strong with the lurk game.
Guys, plate रख के हाथ धो के आया.
Yeah, curious to see how this one's going to go down. I looked back. This is the first time that FPX have ever run Viper on this map, so it's already been a long time since we've seen it generally played on Haven, but it's a first look for FPX. So far, it's strong. We have to see how the attack goes.
Yeah, but I just want to be able to see more use of the agents in terms of elevation on the side of FPX, because they have the raise, the open, and the chamber. All 3 agents can just get up onto high places and just play really uncomfortable angles against DRX.
So let's get into the second half of the map. Let's throw it back to Doug and Bala.
I am frothing at the mouth, chomping at the bit of the possibility of fracture. And I know we're not quite there yet, but we're so bloody close, Bala. FPX have to be able to close this map out in order to get there, and it certainly seems like there's the potential. We're going to get to see this Viper on attack and what they have cooked up. You see that wall towards A already, and they're just going to challenge right into it. They're sending 3 into the lap of Artis. He's only able to get 1 as he's blindsided by Buzz.
And already you see the autonomy that Buzz needs on this side that the desk was mentioning, and 𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿𝐼𝐴 as well, cleaning up this A lobby control that FPX started with.
I'm liking that aggression out from DRX already. 𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿𝐼𝐴's going to get spammed through, counting his lucky stars that he stays alive.
And he goes for even more. That was risky, but doesn't get punished. The advantage now for DRX, and already the biggest tool in the kit for FPX with this comp, that Viper. At least the uncommonality of it.
Sure.
Certainly gone at this point. So the pivot is in for Angel. He's already used one of his smokes to smoke off that alarm bot. But that means no smokes available here. And he's bought a Sheriff too, so that's not coming up for another 40 seconds.
𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿𝐼𝐴 choosing to hold onto the drone and them just contact in.
𝑍OWIE on top. Evens it out. Equality immediately. And the spike planted too. This guy has been so good. They're going for a setup to bait. All 3 players up close, though.
𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿𝐼𝐴 and Angel close by. Angel looking around. 𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿𝐼𝐴 may be first contact here. As the leader for FPX has to check every single angle his way. And he lands the first right in between the eyes. Looking for the second, dancing around the utility. Oh! It's actually 𝐼𝐽𝐫𝐿 who's in trouble. But 𝐼𝐽𝐫 gets it down to 1v1. It doesn't land. Stacks, you're right. A bit ahead of the play.
And not to state the obvious, but that was unbelievably necessary here for DRX. And it was so close. That aftershock was huge. All 3 players, remember, they were playing tight. All of them close. 𝑍OWIE on top of that box. Can't do anything there. Has to get off, and that's why Stacks easily takes him down. And back to that same wall. This one. I mean, this is flashback to 2021 Reykjavik.
Remember the disrespect that DRX showed this wall in the previous round. fully sending 3. This time, a bit more tempered, a bit more metered.
I mean, remember, Artist was there. That could have been easily 2 kills for Artist. So you don't want to be taking that risk every single time. Keep them on your toes.
You see the man on your screen right now, the only one with a weapon, trying to keep DRX on their toes, the stinger in his hand.
Angel with the Sheriff again. And he's gone. Angel's gone.
Yeah.
And I like how Artist, you know, goes for the knife on the, on the Prowler. But they do get all the way up here, and you actually have Zest rotating off, so Buzz alone with just the Bulldog. The nice thing about it, he's avoiding and completely ignoring the wall.
Nice shots out from Zest. Oh man, he wanted more. He got a little greedy, he got a little hungry, but they're still finding space. 𝐿𝐽𝐫𝐻𝐿 still has that stinger.
Get that Bulldog too, it might be on top of the box. Yeah, 𝐿𝐽 not able to recover it, so it's just 𝐿𝐽𝐫𝐻𝐿.
Just a bit far, and remember, he's weak. He's got to get into an aggressive position to really maximize the value of that weapon.
And he has to bait for the player in the corner, 𝐿𝐽𝐫𝐻𝐿. I like that they're going heaven. Maximize the range here. Wait, that missed. It missed.
On the drop, he's still concealed behind.
He's in the cubby.
Wall. The spam is there, but he still holds his nerve. He's patient, but there was way too much. He had chances, but he took none of them.
And look, the fact that the 3 players of DRX there in that retake are so aware of that little cubby that's being put in there with the Viper wall is a really good sign. The little halftime discussion that they had about what exactly could come out from FPX with it already finding dividends. That's not what they were able to do on that first half. Took them a long time to adapt.
Well, the thing is, even if you manage to fall for that one, surely there's no way you fall for it again. The fact that they've seen it, no value was found from it is massive. See an exchange of utility, and again, DRX continue to challenge this wall in A. Look at how far up Buzz is. Look at how far up Aqua is. He's already cleared it. And a Prowler through.
See, nice one.
Nobody here on this side. They've got a 180 turret to spot when they do hit the C side, but it's going to be way too late at that point. So they have to do a 5v5 retake on their bonus, where they're already disadvantaged.
Nice call.
Also, note that trip by Artist. It's very, very off. And Angel could potentially swing with it if he's there in time, and I think he might just be. He just put down a smoke back on Garage, and no, he's not working his way back, so early warning system's not going to do that much.
Well, actually, Angel's back. He paranoias, and he's just going to get away. Tuck tail, try to stay alive. He sees the other paranoias swing right by him. Artist now has arrived. Reinforcements found. So much reinforcements. Artist falls. Can Angel do anything here?
Are you kidding me, yaar?
You mentioned the concerns around the bonus, and every single shot seems to be going wide for FPX. It's dependent on 1v4. He swings around. Oh, but he only gets one.
If he takes down Zest there, that's a
exactly
1,000%.
अगर उसको मार देते स्पाइक वाले को मार
Zest has 30 HP. Zipan
नहीं यार बस.
And they do convert the bonus. This was a problem for them.
एंजल भाई आपको ये मारना ही मारना था, तो आर्टिस्ट भाई आपको मार बस कैसे 2 मार सकता है यार आके.
All right.
Oh boy.
We got the new spray in the game, and it's featured here in the crowd. 9-3 curse. Is it real?
Come on यार.
A bit too early to say, but DRX sure making.
अगर वो डिफ्यूजर मर जाता है राउंड जीत जाते हैं. अरे गुरांग मैंने बाल सेट नहीं कर रखे. शैम्पू किया से बाल नहीं.
They didn't have a timeouts of their own, and it's really important that they're doing this, forcing these ones out from FPX, because it gives a chance for 𝐿𝐽𝐫𝐻𝐿 to instill a sense of game plan on this side.
बस भाई ने आगे उड़ा दिए.
I think the nice part about switching the defense here for DRX is those game plans are a lot more fluid. It doesn't necessarily matter what FPX is throwing at you.
FPX अगर 9-3 से आ रही ना,
to every individual
टूट जाएगी दिल से.
And not an entire.
अच्छा अंदर से टूट जाएगी.
Multiple, like all sites are getting affected by 𝐿𝐽𝐿𝐻𝐿.
Right. Certainly allows you to dial in a bit more to what you're seeing. Again, you heard during that timeout, the DRX fans, they're rolling deep, they're loud, but there's still so much work to go.
And FPX investing a decent amount here. Everybody with light armor. And remember what that costed them on Icebox. They got into a really weird situation when it came down to the gun rounds. So they have to find value here. They have to eat into the bank of DRX. And that's a great way to start it. Zip-On all the way down. Short control has completely used this wall to its full effect. But look at the counter from DRX.
A 3-man flank through mid.
Trademark's going to spot it, but
Fnatic backstab.
Committed. Do they have some
Fnatic backstab
hold
कर रही है DRX.
Is it going to weaken their actual retake hold in their post plan?
Look at how far Zip-On is.
Triple
And
backstab.
he's got his ultimate.
Fade और Killjoy रुका के रखेंगे अपनी util से उनको.
As Artist tries to hold the line by himself. Viper's Pit used from 𝐶𝐽𝐿𝐼𝐴. A deep one too. And Zip-On might be the trap that's laid. He's now pushing his way forward into the mid, repositioning as he's expecting the retake come through. And challenges, but he goes Icarus. He flies way too close to the sun. 𝐏𝐸𝐿𝐼 and Zaz getting 2 massive kills.
Side पे खेलो ना यार, एक shot पे लगा के setup.
Spike ticking away. Buzz finds one. The pit should go down, and they just get destroyed.
Again, no value found from a quite decent investment. All 5 players light armor again. A Stinger bot. The ult there from Sugetsu used as well.
ज़रूरत ही नहीं थी करने की, आर्टिस्ट भाई आप भी जिंदा रहते, बिल्कुल ज़रूरत नहीं थी यार. शाउट तो बेचारा स्पॉट हो गया, नसीब खराब है. बट आर्टिस्ट को स्पॉट ही नहीं होना था. आर्टिस्ट छुप जाता, शाउ के साथ क्रॉसफायर बनाता है एक शॉट पे. 3 बंदे वाइपर पिट में खेलते, जरूरत ही नहीं थी करने की.
They haven't really shown
नहीं यार, जरूरत ही नहीं थी.
wall from 𝐶𝐽𝐿𝐼 either. I think every round on attack has been that one.
Sure, but there's still so many layers on top of it still to deal with. Shock dart to clear out. Angel's on top as well. They're double pushing the high.
Paranoia to clear out A-Link.
They've cleared the site at this point.
Yeah.
And don't forget, there is so much post plant here.
Nice backstab, nice backstab, nice backstab, nice backstab. नहीं करेंगे expect, नहीं करेंगे expect, नहीं करेंगे expect, घंटा expect नहीं करेंगे. उनको लग रहा है DRX पर को desperate है ये लोग.
Zip-On finds nothing, but again, Artist's flank is everything. Oh gosh, missed a couple of shots there, but Buzz finds 3.
The defuse is getting stuck right now. The mollies are only one is out. Second one
भाई
going out
lineup
now,
डाल
but
रहे
they could easily stick this through. Shao still with the ult though.
They've gotten it to half.
Lineup
The
से lineup
layers
डाली
are
जा रहा
there.
है.
He's going for it.
Buzz is going to try to do it. They bait
Nice.
out the Hunter's Fury. Time is not plentiful here.
Nice.
Buzz trying to dance around it, but he's going to take too much damage. He has to pull off everything.
नहीं.
There's no way.
They got it.
They dealt with every layer thrown their way.
DRX making a quick case in the second half that they are definitely still here to play, definitely still here to close out this match. What a round from Buzz. Oh my goodness, that shot on the Artist. And the final nail in the coffin stacks as well. The failsafe.
क्या मार रहा है बस यार, क्या मार रहे हैं, क्या शॉट सेट कर रहा है बस. What the fuck man.
DRX so close to tying it up right now. So close.
इतना ब्यूटीफुल खेली है FPX, इतने अच्छे लाइनअप्स, इतना अच्छा रिकॉन, इतना अच्छा एग्जीक्यूट. बस भाई ने उसके बाद वो स्टैक्स अगर बी विंडो को नहीं मारता तब भी राउंड जीत जाते. स्टैक्स ने भी बी विंडो को उड़ा दिया, पर वो बज ने क्या मारा है, क्या मार रहा है बज.
Shown by this team throughout this tournament, with the exception of one series, the Loud series, has been
perfect था पहले पर, perfect execute, perfect util, perfect beautifully खेली है FPX. Pure individual skill पे निकाला है बस ने, pure. क्या 3 किल मारे क्या, और वो stacks ने भी फिर बहुत important किल मारा वाइपर का, 𝐶𝐽𝐿𝐼 का बहुत important. वरना 𝐶𝐽𝐿𝐼 एक डिफ्यूजर को मारता राउंड जीत के खत्म था.
He's going to spot so many players. He's going to spot so much utility, and that's a spike. The Paranoia out, and it's going to hit so many members. It stalled it, but Angel goes forward again by himself, and he dies. Artist is taking garage. Nothing. No shot is landing from FPX. DRX seem incapable of doing wrong, and it just continues.
Mako
with the
इसकी
shot
माँ का क्या मार रहा है, क्या मारता है माको तू.
And the game is all tied up. That right there, classic DRX round. There's just so much good utility.
बहुत मारता है रे माको रे बस.
Yeah, the paranoia's coming through. There's the fault line to stun ZipOn. He's alone. Angel gets flashed by Stacks there. Moments before Mako goes out and swings.
Burst.
And they know what's about to happen. They know they just tied up the game. And forced an eco here. This is the chance for them to take the lead.
You want to play? Let's play.
6 rounds in a row. For DRX, you see now why this is the map that they chose, why they feel comfortable here. Buzz with the op, and they're going to challenge him. Artist has a short course on the other side. The Prowler cleared out, no shot fired. Oh, and Buzz misses, but he's going to re-challenge. Really has no choice otherwise. And they're all flashed up. They can't see a dang thing. Oh my gosh, Buzz gets another. It's all there. All hail King Buzz. Long may he reign.
DRX की utility usage इतनी
just shutting down every
amazing
single
है ना.
approach.
Stacks ने आके flash दे दिया.
What I said about DRX and how they're interrupting the op ability of artists.
Very short, yeah.
FPX
क्या ही
is doing the
utility
same
usage
thing to Buzz,
DRX
but he
वालों की.
still does not care.
Unreal. Buzz is a bloody demon. The lead is gone.
And we just came
9-3.
back from halftime.
It was 9-3.
I mean, that feels like 2 minutes ago. Look at this. Nade combo in the back with the Viper Molly, and Buzz just moves out of the way. There's too many gaps on these executes that Buzz is ripping apart. And Angel stunned.
Wide-eyed.
Just stunned. DRX is 3 rounds away from achieving the best performance from a Korean team since our very first global tournament. 3 rounds away from tying Newturn at the very, very first Reykjavik. Their best result. They already hit that notch. And they're trying to take it 1 notch further. Still not over. This FPX team has shown so much magic throughout this tournament.
Reset
And
yourself.
against this team,
Come on,
and
you
the
guys
crowd
still
trying
got
to
this.
hype
1 by
them
1.
up a little bit,
Ek
'cause
round,
they
come
need
on.
it. Not a single round won so far on this attack side. Not a single round.
Just what a performance from DRX. And again, FPX seem historically comfortable in these situations with backs against the ropes with nothing really but survival before them. And it's just been nothing this half.
There's an easy way to push Buzz off the angle. And DRX look like they want to try to fight back against the wall, which they haven't really done so far. They've been really relying on.
Artist के look
fighting the
punish हो रहे हैं
execute that
पता
gets
है.
thrown out.
Artist को look नहीं करना चाहिए. ये लोग 5-man execute भी करेंगे. FPX more than enough है. बस post plants में artist थोड़ा over कर रहा है रे. वो anti को में भी A पे over किया artist ने. उसको A shot में fight लेने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी.
Speaking of which, you see him on the mini-map playing towards B with the Prowler. Getting a little bit of info. And they're going to rotate back into him. But the thing is, there's an alarm bot on the other side that surely he's heard at this point. Angel still has some utility, so they can try to smoke it out.
Go for that same TP satchel up play from ZipOn.
Shock Dart didn't clear it out.
Alarm
Artist
bot
has to
भाई,
do himself.
Smoke
We've
रख
been
दिया
here
Angel
before.
भाई. आपने smoke
This
रख
time,
दिया Angel
the
भाई.
utility in the post plant is significantly less. No Hunter's Fury, only 1 Molly. No ult from ZipOn either. So they have to play on site.
Who's the catalyst for FPX? Who stops the bleeding? Who's the band-aid?
Where are you?
Artist.
First shot fired.
Oh
Buzz.
bhai, Shao.
Things out. Oh my gosh, I thought that was a hit. Artist is repositioned. Shao has found one on his S.
Shao, come on. Shao, come
Buzz
on.
creeping forward. Shao still close by. Blades in his back pocket.
Ollie's out.
Mako has gotten into half, and he's gonna stick it the whole way. He's just gonna stick it the whole way! FPX look lost! They look befuddled!
1 enemy remaining.
And I think they are scratching their head because where did that Molly go? Sugetsu definitely fired it off. Maybe he used it really early. but I think it just missed entirely. It went over to the left. You just saw it get used. He's using it to try to delay them getting in the sight rather than...
And the post.
2 rounds now. And you've seen it so many times on their face. The reactions from FPX, they just have no clue.
DRX is just playing better, bro.
And that's a scary
DRX
place
deserves
to be.
it.
Angel's ulted. He's all the way up in heaven right now.
Fuck by FPX.
And the
DRX is
aggression from DRX
playing
right
better.
now might get punished. The drone to push him back, they have to go through that wall. And they can't retreat. There's no way forward.
He's so bold! Buzz uses the blades. Xiao close by. Yeah, the spike's been planted, but Xiao's in a world of hurt. Oh my gosh. It was ugly, but that's okay. It works out.
And the trades are huge, but they're coming fast behind them.
They're flanking the flankers. Sugetsu's there, and he's gonna put 2.
Nahi.
No! Zest is wise to it!
तू नहीं मर
Has
सकता.
managed to get 1. And he's gonna be flanking around. Angel's not around.
ये क्या मार रहा है
Has to
बस?
do it himself. A 1v3
यूटिल देखो, ये यूटिल देखो. ये यूटिल देखो.
Good for Zest.
ये क्या मार रहा है बस? ये क्या मार रहा है? एंजल बस को मारता, सिटी वाला आके बैकअप देता, एंजल अंदर छुप जाता, वो ईश्वर वाले को स्विंग करना पड़ता उसको मारने के लिए, एंजल को सिटी वाला मार देता, बस ने उसको भी मार दिया.
Fighting their hardest to make it to that podium finish, something that has eluded them their entire careers. And it is 1 round away. DRX is one of the most consistent teams at making it to global events, but so often they fall.
Kunal Ghai, thank you for 250 rupees, bro.
Jansen, modern VCT. And they're making history.
And they're making a play. 2 down mid. A little bit of early aggression, a little bit of
भाई
space.
आराम से करते हैं कि जी after the stream. कल परसों आराम से बात करते हैं इसके बारे में.
Oh, you can feel the tension building. It's all just on the other side of this scope. Angel's no longer around. Buzz, his shot's gonna miss, but he's gonna proc the dash. Takes another and gets away. A 4v4.
Equality achieved, but no space except for Artist. Look at him. All the way up.
And he has a chance to find so much value here. But Buzz on the other side, keeping things back. Artist 2, just there. No, just 1. No magic. No Artist.
सी पे पूरी यूटिल है कि
Sugetsu and Xiao.
लग गए.
The dynamic duo
GG.
for FPX in this
GG.
2v3.
GG.
And they're walking into a stack of Killjoy utility here.
30 seconds left.
Well played by DRX.
who's
Well played by.
blossomed so much
बहुत
in this role, in this
insane खेली
tournament.
DRX. Wow.
But DRX mere moments away from putting them down.
अरे
You see it.
क्या कर रहा है अरवी?
He has help.
Yes, he does. And it's massive help too. The challenge is there. They're going to swing right into it. They
GG.
both fall. DRX has done it. They usurp the throne, take down FPX, and advance.
It was your reigning champions.
9-3
And
से
DRX has sent them home. Top 3 now for the Koreans.
well played by DRX. Wow.
And they keep taking down crowd favorites.
They're not done, man. You can tell they're not done.
Well played by FPX.
Top
Well
3,
played.
and how much further can this team go?
मेरी चैट पे किसी ने तो 13-9 की प्रेडिक्शन कर दी है मैच पता है किसी ने लिखा था दिस मैच विल नॉट गो डबल डिजिट मार्क माय वर्ड्स इट्स गोइंग टू बी 13-9 बहन भाई बंदे की प्रेडिक्शन ऑन पॉइंट भाई किसी ने तो दी थी चैट पे मैंने पढ़ा दिया वो चैट
You have to stop asking those questions because you could see it's possible for them to go all the way. They
insane
got a
भाई
rematch scheduled now in the lower bracket final against Optic. And boy, is that going to be a treat.
The conversations that we've had around the adjustments that DRX have made, stacks back on IGLing, RB changing roles, it's all coming together at just the right time.
Buzz bringing back the Korean Jet to the
Bhavin.
highest of talking points.
बावन बोलते
Matching the best Korean finish so far.
insane
this is
बावन
the
भाई
beginning of Valorant as a dynasty. as the guys who were going to take over the scene. It's this squad, man. Finally, they're delivering.
They have.
Oh, they have.
They have.
I mean, how many times? Silenced Fnatic, silenced the Turkish crowd, silenced FPX. And honestly now, what more can you do except convert?
Insane, bhai. Mako, Buzz,
We just hop on Achilles'
Glow,
train. I mean,
Stack,
they look so good in this game.
Zest.
What a performance,
Insane.
man. Again, a complete effort.
Fuck, bhai. I feel bad for FPX, bhai. Itna.
And even in the face of the
9-3.
wrinkle, in the face of the Viper on Haven, and how would that work
Fuck.
out? How are they going to use that to their benefit?
Well played, bhai.
I mean, the attack was non-existent.
Yeah, they handled it.
Did they ever?
And as Sugetsu leaves the stage as well, it'd be remiss to not mention the facts. FPX, reigning champions, gone now. Not a chance of a repeat. The only chance at a two-peat is Optic. And this is only the second time now.
Well played, man. Well played. चलो भाई टाटा बाय बाय खत्म खेलना है क्या Like, subscribe, Hogo Public, exclamation Insta, Twitter, follow please, exclamation Insta, Twitter, follow please, like, subscribe please, tap it up, tap it up, tap it up. आज नींद आ रही है जल्दी पता है बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है कि मेरे को नींद आ रही है मेरा फाइनली स्लीपिंग शेड्यूल ठीक हो जाएगा मेरे को आज लेजिट नींद आ रही है इट्स अ गुड थिंग या आई एम फीलिंग स्लीपी राइट नाउ टू बी ऑनेस्ट मेरा स्लीपिंग शेड्यूल बिल्कुल ठीक हो जाएगा अगर मैं जल्दी सोया तो एक गेम खेलते हैं फिर सोएंगे There's no one available, man. बिरयानी खा के सबको नींद आती है नहीं नहीं ऐसा नहीं है मेरी जान मेरे को नींद वैसे ही नहीं आती मैं सुबह 6-7 बजे तक सोता हूँ खेल खेल के अभी आ रही है बाय द वे तुम लोगों को कुछ अपडेट दे देता हूँ फ्यूचर के बारे में तुम लोग मुझसे पूछते रहते हो मैंने तुम्हें भी पहले भी बताया है बहुत बार कि भाई मैं ऐसे नहीं करता मेरे को शौक नहीं है ऐसे इन द डार्क रखना मैं हमेशा जो भी होता है मुंह पे बता देता हूँ इसलिए आधी जनता मुझे हेट करती है इस चीज़ के लिए आधी जनता मुझसे प्यार करती है तो एनीवे वो बात की बात है तो मैं तुम्हें तो थोड़ा फ्यूचर का बताया तो अभी क्या सीन है आई एम नॉट इन टीआर एनी मोर क्योंकि टीआर के पास कोई वैलोरेंट रोस्टर नहीं था तो आई हैव बीन रिलीज्ड फ्रॉम टीआर ऑन अ गुड नोट क्योंकि सबको पता ही था अभी बीच में क्या हुआ था एंड टीआर के पास अब कोई वैलो रोस्टर नहीं था तो आई वाज द ओनली वन लेफ्ट इन द टीम क्योंकि क्रॉसएयर रेकनिंग चला गया था मास्टर का वर्कआउट नहीं हुआ था टीआर से वनटैप का वर्कआउट नहीं हुआ था एंड हमारे पास वैसे भी एक प्लेयर नहीं था फिफ्थ प्लेयर तो टीम काइंड ऑफ एंडी हो गई थी तो मेरे को ऐसा खाली नहीं बैठना था आई वॉन्ट टू कम्पीट आई वॉन्ट टू प्ले तो व्हेन द ओनर स्पोक टू मी जिसका नाम यश है फ्रॉम टीआर तो मैंने उनको बोला कि मुझे खेलना है आई डोंट वांट टू सिट नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग एंड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी कि ही अंडरस्टूड एंड ही वाज लाइक ओके आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड यू वांट टू प्ले सिमर बट अभी हमारे पास रोस्टर नहीं है तो आई हैव बीन रिलीज फ्रॉम टीआर सो थैंक्स टू देम या एंड अभी मैं टीआर में नहीं हूँ तो ये पूरा सीन है तो थैंक्स टू द ओनर कि अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि मुझे खेलना है, वांट टू कम्पीट, ऐसे खाली नहीं बैठना। एंड सेकंड चीज, अभी सीन ऐसा है कि जो लोग सेवन सीज लिखते हैं, सेवन सीज का ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है। तो यस, मैं पहले भी बहुत बार स्ट्रीम में बता चुका हूँ, बट लोग पता नहीं क्यों सीरियसली नहीं ले रहे। तो मैं फिर से रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, सेवन सीज का भी ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि हम सेवन सीज जा रहे हैं। अगर तुम लोगों को लग रहा है तो हम नहीं जा रहे। एंड बाकी के जो अपडेट है वो मैं आई थिंक नहीं बता सकता। इट्स बेटर कि वो जिन प्लेयर्स के साथ मैं खेलने वाला हूँ फ्यूचर में, जो मेरे टीममेट्स होने वाले हैं, वो लोग खुद ही बताएं तो बेटर रहेगा आई गेस, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट माई प्लेस टू से इट। इसलिए तो दे विल लेट यू नो मे बी। एंड या, जय माता दी। होप करते हैं, प्रे करते हैं कि भाई अब फिर से जब सक्सेस की राह पे हम चल रहे हो, टीम ना टूटे और हम आगे बढ़ते रहें। क्योंकि बार बार यही हो रहा है मेरे साथ, जैसे ही जीतना चालू करता हूँ टीम टूट जाती है, या तो कुछ अलग हो जाता है या कुछ हो जाता है। तुम्हें पता है व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, कुछ ना कुछ कांड होता है मेरे साथ। या तो टीम टूटती है, या तो ऑक की तरफ से कुछ ना कुछ तो होता ही होता है। अब आई होप वही प्रे करके चल रहे हैं हम कि जय माता दी, ऐसा कुछ ना हो, एंड भाई सब अच्छा हो एंड हम आगे बढ़ते रहे, जीतते रहे। तो ये अनाउंसमेंट है सारी, जो जो था। एनिग्मा नहीं, ईजी का भी ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो तुम लोगों को लग रहा है। मैं बता रहा हूँ भाई, अब तुम्हें भरोसा करना है तो कर लो, नहीं करना मत करो। मैं हमेशा मुंह पे सच बता के जाता हूँ, तो ये सच बात है। मिस्टर लव यू टू मैन, साहब ऑल, थैंक यू सदिक भाई। एंड यस, तो ईजी का भी नहीं है। पता नहीं तुम लोग ईजी को बोल रहे हो, ईजी भी नहीं है ना। तो अब टीआर है ना, तो कोई और है। सेवन सीज भी नहीं है, अगर तुम्हें सेवन सीज लग रहा है। यस, बट मैं ये झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा कि मेरी जो अभी टीम होने वाली है फॉर द फ्यूचर, एंड जिनके साथ मैं खेलने वाला हूँ, वी आर टॉकिंग टू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एंड if things work out, we'll be signing with them, and we'll be competing under their name. And जय माता दी, everything will go good। एंड हम लोग प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट, हमारी हमने काइंड ऑफ 2-3 दिन प्रैक्टिस करी भी है साथ में, एक बार वाइब मैच करने के लिए, एक दूसरे को समझने के लिए, एंड इट वाज गोइंग गुड। एंड होपफुली टीम वर्कआउट करेगी एंड हम लोग अच्छा खेलेंगे। एंड जो मेरा गोल है अभी तक लाइफ में, जो मुझे करना है वो, एंड बाकी जो प्लेयर्स है, लाइक माइंडेड प्लेयर्स मेरे को मिले हैं, एंड उनका भी सेम गोल है, एंड हम लोग वो गोल अचीव कर पाएंगे होपफुली। तो आई होप तुम सबको सब समझ आ गया होगा। ये सारे अपडेट्स थे, जैसे मैं तुम्हें बोलता हूँ, जो भी अपडेट होगा मैं बता दिया करूंगा। इसमें कुछ छुपाने वाली चीज़ नहीं है, ना तो कुछ हाइप मचाने वाली चीज़ है। तो ये अपडेट थे। आई होप सबको सबके आंसर्स मिल गए। लव यू टू मिस्टेक, एंड यस दैट्स इट। तो ये सारे अपडेट्स हैं भाइयों, ठीक है। ये सारे अपडेट्स हैं। विल यू स्टिल आईजीएल? जो हमारा लाइनअप बना है उसके अंदर यस। जब हमारी बात हो रही थी, हम बात कर रहे थे पांचों एक दूसरे से, तो दे हैव डिसाइडेड कि आई शुड बी द आईजीएल। तो यस, मैं आईजीएल करने वाला हूँ। पर है यार मिस्टेक। अनाउंसमेंट डेट कुछ नहीं पता। लाइक आई सेड, हम बात कर रहे हैं एक ऑक से, क्योंकि सबको भाई, मैंने जैसे बोला, सबको प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट करनी है जल्दी जल्दी, प्रॉपर बूट कैंप पे, क्योंकि टूर्नामेंट्स आ रहे हैं and हमें compete करना है ढंग से। तो हम एक ऑक से बात कर रहे हैं, बातें अच्छी चल रही है। ऑक इज ऑल्सो नाइस, जहाँ तक सुनने में आया है हमें, हमारी जो बातचीत हुई है, सेम गोल्स है ऑक के और हमारे भी, कि हमें जीतना है, मेहनत करनी है। एंड देखते हैं, अगर सब हो गया तो अनाउंसमेंट इमिडिएटली आ जाएगी। अगर नहीं हुआ तो मैं बता दूंगा कि भाई नहीं हुआ। पर ये मैं अभी के लिए बता सकता हूँ कि यस, हमारी बात चल रही है। ऐसा नहीं है कि बात नहीं चल रही, बात चल रही है। मिस्टेक यस। मतलब मुझे अभी भी याद है टीआर के अंदर हमारे पास फिफ्थ प्लेयर नहीं था, हमने आरएनटी से रिक्वेस्ट करके फिफ्थ प्लेयर एक काइंड ऑफ खेलने के लिए लिया था एम्बर, एंड थैंक्स टू आरएनटी कि उन्होंने हमें एम्बर अलाउ किया खिलाने के लिए। हमने एम्बर को लिया एंड हमने वापस सबको हराना स्टार्ट कर दिया एंड अच्छा खासा रिजल्ट्स अचीव हो रहे थे, बट उसके बाद जीजी वेलफेयर हो गया, टीम ही खत्म हो गई बैठे बैठे। पता नहीं क्या सीन है। योर रोल? मैं मोस्टली रोल इनिशिएटर सेंटिनल ही खेलने वाला हूँ आईजीएल करते हुए। मैं ड्यूलिस्ट आईजीएल नहीं कर सकता, मेरे में उतनी कैपेबिलिटी नहीं है, जो मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ कि मुझसे ड्यूलिस्ट आईजीएल मुझे कंफर्टेबल नहीं लगता। अगर मैं ड्यूलिस्ट खेल रहा हूँ तो मैं आईजीएल नहीं कर सकता, वो मेरे लिए इम्पॉसिबल है, क्योंकि जो प्लेस बनाने होते हैं फ्री माइंडेड वो मैं नहीं बना पाता, क्योंकि मेरे को कॉलिंग करनी होती है। तो एंड मैं यही बिलीव करता हूँ कि मेरे से 20 गुना ज़्यादा बेटर ड्यूलिस्ट प्लेयर्स है इस देश में और मेरी टीम में, तो मुझे ड्यूलिस्ट खेलने की ज़रूरत भी नहीं है। आई विल बी प्लेइंग इनिशिएटर एंड सेंटिनल। Yukichi, thank you for becoming a member. इंडियन ऑक? यस, इट्स अ इंडियन ऑक, इतना तो मैं बता ही सकता हूँ जिससे हमारी बात चल रही है। यस, इट्स अ इंडियन ऑक। ब्रो मैं बाहर की ऑक में भी खेल चुका हूँ बहुत, ऐसा ना डर लगता है अब इंडियन ऑक्स में भी डर लगता है, ऐसा नहीं है, बाहर की नहीं, इंडियन ऑक्स में भी डर लगता है। यू नेवर नो बैठे बैठे क्या कांड हो जाता है, क्योंकि मेरे साथ हो चुके हैं बहुत सारे बैठे बैठे। तो ये सब चीज़ें यू कैन नॉट प्रोटेक्ट, यू जस्ट हैव टू गो विद द फ्लो एंड गिव योर 100%। उसके बाद जो भगवान ने लिखा है तुम्हारे नसीब में वही होगा तुम्हारे साथ। एस12 सा है? नो, इट्स नॉट एस12। एस12 तो नहीं है ब्रो, एस12 वैलो में थोड़ी ना है, एस12 भी नहीं है। मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, जो भी ये एक न्यू ऑग है, मैं बता रहा हूँ तुम लोगों को, तुम्हें यकीन नहीं हो रहा। न्यू न्यू ऑग एज एन पहले से है, बट पीसी डिवीजन पे न्यू ऑग है। अगर कंफर्म हो गया, मैं भाई मैं झूठ क्यों बोलूंगा, इतना कुछ तो सब मुंह पे बता देता हूँ सच। तो मेरे को पैसे मिल रहे हैं ऐसे हाइप मचाने के, मैं हाइप मचा रहा हूँ, सब तो बता रहा हूँ। अगर कंफर्म हो गया तो विद इन कपल ऑफ डेज अनाउंसमेंट आ जाएगी, अगर नहीं हुआ तो मैं तुम्हें बता दूंगा कि नहीं हुआ, एंड अभी भी लगे पड़े हैं हमारे। एंड जो प्लेयर्स हैं, मैं प्लेयर्स के नाम नहीं बोल सकता, लाइक आई सेड, आई डोंट थिंक इट्स माय प्लेस टू से द नेम। वो लोग खुद व्हेन दे फील लाइक इट दे विल लेट यू नो, बट आई शुडंट से इट। मेरे को ऐसा फील होता है, इसलिए मैं शांति से बैठा हूँ, कुछ बोलने का। बाकी और कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। जय माता दी, आई होप सब सही होगा। तो यस, थक गया भाई मैं तो। एंड टू बी ऑनेस्ट आई डोंट फील लाइक प्लेइंग राइट नाउ, आई एम सॉरी भाई, कोई है भी नहीं वैसे भी खेलने के लिए, एंड आई डोंट फील लाइक प्लेइंग। तो लेट्स प्ले टुमारो, एंड आई होप यू गाइस एंजॉयड द वॉच पार्टी। तुम लोग मुझे बोल रहे थे, एंड मैंने सोच ही रखा था कि मैं लेट के मैचेस वॉच पार्टी करूंगा, तो इसलिए मैंने आज की वॉच पार्टी करी। मेरा मन था, ये मेरा फेवरेट मैच था, और अभी आगे के भी जो मैचेस होंगे आई विल ट्राई टू डू द वॉच पार्टी। ठीक है, तो दैट्स इट, लव यू ऑल, स्टे सेफ, स्टे हैप्पी, टेक केयर। एंड आज मैं थोड़ा जल्दी सो जाऊंगा बाय 2 o'clock, मेरा स्लीपिंग शेड्यूल भी ठीक हो जाएगा, उसी बहाने मेरे को थोड़ी नींद भी आ रही है हल्की हल्की। आई एम एक्चुअली टायर्ड। तो या दैट्स इट, लव यू ऑल, स्टे सेफ, स्टे हैप्पी, बाय बाय, ध्यान रखो अपना सारे। आई होप तुम लोगों को जितने क्वेश्चंस चाहिए जो तुम्हारे थे, मैंने तुम लोगों को सारा कुछ बता दिया है जितनी मेरी पावर में था। टाटा, टेक केयर, मिलते हैं बाद में पब्लिक। लाइक, सब्सक्राइब, इंस्टा ट्विटर फॉलो करना मत भूलना। लव यू, बाय।
तू थी दवा, अब है सजा, देख लंबी रातों से मैंने कली रजा। तेरे बिना मैं जीऊं बेमिसाल, गायक ने गीत बदलता है बुरा हाल। बिगड़े नवाब, चुटता है कारोबार, आज भी ये दिल तेरे लिए माने दाने हार। कतूरे हाँ, बन जा फिजा, देख तेरी यादों में दम घुटे थे यहाँ। तू थी दवा, अब है सजा, देख लंबी रातों से मैं जाल में आज किए मैंने कितने कमाल वे यहाँ जीते हम बढ़कर थोड़े से मर कर लिखी जिंदगानी